Yes, sir, when you get really, really high. Ain't that right? Cocaine. Cocaine. Ain't that right? I know the difference. That ain't no CBD. That cocaine. Yeah, how you intermittently just hollering out like that. That CBD, he been asleep already. Woo, boy, I slept at 11 o'clock today. I said, I needed all that. I needed all that and then some. I said, goodness, I must have been missing bad. I'm one of them, I get up early. I got up early to go back to sleep. Appreciate the Most High for that. Everybody all right? All right, it's too to be alive. And once again, I've been thinking and meditating on it, considering we got to get it right. Isn't that right? Trying to go back another day and try to assess our situation. That's what they're doing. It's like what we got is similar to when the condominiums that's falling down in Miami. What they're doing now, they're going back over and they're trying to go over current events. They're trying to see a couple of things. First of all, what could have triggered it to happen? Y'all got it? It's one of them kind of what you call abnormal events. So what you do, you start going back over things. And you know what they're even starting to go back to look at now? From the time of construction. You got to. So a couple of things you got to examine. If it's not immediate when you go there to see what happened, then you need to go back to the time of construction to find out how was it built. That's the truth. Most of the people don't know that. You're not in the field. That's what you look at. If you can't find detonation bombs or some hit it or some, that's kind of obvious, the first thing you got to do after you're going through, you start inspecting, let's go back from the time it was built. And now what they're doing now, as of today, they're calling for every building that was built during the same time period now to go through and go back through them. They're saying every building that was built off that same premise, same plan, they want every one of them re-inspected. Now they're calling for everybody to get out of them. Oh yeah, they calling for them to get out now. Now you talking about the inconvenient. You finna tell everybody they got to evacuate where they stay. Mr. Yahuwah put them on the street. Yeah. Can you imagine you walk out of something from $600,000-$700,000, your house, your comfort zone to tell you to get out now. You got to get out now. Now you got to go find you somewhere to go. Mr. Yahuwah talking. They're going back now from beginning of construction. Now they're saying in 2018 they had already had a structural engineer came through and told them, said, something ain't right. So you got cracks in your foundation. You know what? That's why every time we come in, y'all know we always start at 15, 14. You got to check the foundation. See, a lot of times what people don't realize, you can build and you can get away for it for a while until they go back and check the foundation. See, the foundation is very important to what structure you can put on it. That's why Shaul said other foundation can know each laid in that which is laid. Isn't that right? He already told you who laid the foundation. He said, I done laid the foundation. He said, everybody need to take heed how they build their upon. Because it's going to be tried. See, that building got tried. That's the same thing with your armor now. You better watch what you building, what you putting on. It's going to be tried. If you ain't set like it need to be set, it coming down just like them buildings. A lot of people, that's how well we built on Jesus Christ. We start seeing some cracks in the structure. Now you got to ask yourself, when they were told there were cracks in the structure and in some of the pillars that were holding, why nobody got those people out? Why weren't those people informed to get out of there? That's the same thing when a person sitting in the church. I thought about it this morning. Every preacher that pastor a church need to be incarcerated if he know this a mot. Yeah, that's right. Every person that go back and sit in the church that know this a mot, you need to go to prison. That's right. You need more time than Chavez got that fellow, whatever his name is. And now you responsible for the death of people. You know your foundation can't hold what you preaching. You know you letting people die and leave here with that mess. You know good and well you're not telling these people no a mot. They need to be charged, but you know what? They've been warned. I done came through, I've been in building inspector. I've been telling these folks, check your foundation, you got cracks in it. Yes, sir. Go back and look at when it was built. You can see it can't support what you're holding. You're trying to go back to something that ain't older than 1611. Your 1611 is corrupt. Yeah. And you got something in 79, 82. You better go back and check it. That's when that building was set up in the 80s, and you see where it's at. Yeah. You can run a long time, folks. It'd be bad to come to the end and to find out it's over with. You know, I do feel sorry for those people that's sitting down in the bottom of that rubbish, though. The more they pull away, the worse it's getting. Yep. The water that's coming down from the rain, they're washing on that stuff. They're looking at the chloride coming down those people. They got a lot of stuff going on. They say they got dozens of people down at the bottom living. But you know what the dangerous part is? The more structure you pull, some of it falling down on top of them. Oh, it's real critical right now. And I'm telling how many people laying on top of dead people or dead people laying on them. And the body start to stink and deteriorate. Start modifying on it. Oh, it's a terrible situation. You know what? That could be any one of us. Your Lord had to go out for people. You know what I'm saying? It's a tragedy. At the same time, people got to turn around and start considering where you at. Everybody here, including me, I'm telling you, it's time to do self-examination. I was talking to Austin, he was saying last night, they were here yesterday. They was at the red light. He said, I was getting ready to pull off. He said, I looked down to change one of Zamar I wanted to listen to. He said, no sooner than I did that, looked up, a car shot through the red light. He said, that car with a T-boner. Said, been right on me and my baby girl's side. I said, yeah, I said, that the same thing happened to Kobe. Him and his baby girl got on a plane. Well, his daughter, anyway, all your daughter, they all just like your baby girl. Isn't that right? Can you imagine the heartbreak of that mother, man? She lost not just a husband and a daughter. She lost two at one time. You can't never forget. One thing, when you lose a spouse, you can say, well, you get remarried, time go on. You can't replace no child. You're going to have 20 more. You can't replace no child. She lost two on that. How Miss Yahusha coming here just tell your life. You know how many women no doubt said, I love to be married to Kobe. Yep, and that'll be your child and your husband. A lot of times, being honest, sometimes people look and they be lusting and be desiring other people's lifestyle. You don't know what people did to get that. You don't know who people sold they sold. You don't know, I mean, I ain't blaming him. The man was talented. Ain't nobody say that man ain't make no deal with him. These folks don't realize. Who that boy, Jimi Hendrix? They said picked up the guitar, had never been trained before. Wound up being one of the greatest they ever had. Solely, how many of y'all know Jimi Hendrix? Shoot, one of the great guitars they ever played it. And you see where he at. A lot of folks sell their soul to do. You got folks that claim they picked up these guitars, and never got any lesson, just started playing them. People sell their soul to be out here with these people. A lot of times they tap that. Listen, I got my eyes off of people. You look at stuff, you're human. So you look, you say, man, that's nice. I like to have it. But I don't want them people like it, because I don't know what you did to get it. I'll work to get it. I don't know. I don't want to do whatever you did to get it. I don't want to do that. Because a lot of folks, you can have some stuff, and some stuff I have you. Y'all in a good play. You're in a play where folks care about you, see about you. You fell out right now, you're somewhere somebody ain't going to be rambling through your pocket, trying to get your husband, your wife, trying to steal your kid, folks going to take care. That's not called Mr. Yahusha fit. You know, some of them places you fall out, something happen to you, you done. Last thing you can afford to do is slip out them. Go ahead in the streets and slip out and fall. Man, there's some folks that'll do you some real wrong out there. Y'all hear me? And then they educate you, teach you how to navigate. People don't realize, why y'all think people live on the street out here? People just quit. People get tired, man, you quit. Y'all know how hard it is out here, you keep trying to make it day to day. When you go to work to get a check that you already owe out before you get it, just to see it, to cash it, to give it away. Get on the phone and all you doing every month is trying to make arrangement, trying to make arrangement, trying to make arrangement, trying to make arrangement, trying to make arrangement. To the first man arrangement, and we call them the dead end. Then you got to go borrow. Where they put you at? Now you got to duck the person you owe to you and try to catch up to get there. You behind. Anytime you borrowing, you behind. You know, just being honest. So now you owe them, you pay them, then you're going to get right back where you were. Only thing you more or less paying with them is to get them where they don't put you in cutoff notice. So now your whole struggle is trying to catch up, and you never getting ahead. So a lot of people just quit and give up. They like, what's the point? I ain't going to never get ahead. I just go on out here and lay down. I don't owe nobody. You look at some of them people, they got more peace pushing a buggy. You say, man, how somebody just do that? They trying to figure out how somebody keep paying all them damn bills and never getting ahead. Just paid one another with him. Then another bill come out from somewhere. You like, where is this from? Well, this was from 2017. We've been looking for you. Some people just get tired and just give up. I ain't a quitter. And I say this, that's only because Mr. Yahusha fit. It ain't because, listen, it ain't called, that's just me. None of us are him. That's because that's what he give us. Mr. Yahusha had to give you that mind. He had to regulate you to be that. A lot of folks, he give them a mind, let them go to where they're going. Do what you're doing, just give up. Just don't even try. Listen, y'all take it. I know being here don't mean a whole lot to y'all being a member here. It's a lot of people want y'all seat, though. That's a lot of people like to have y'all seat. I can tell y'all they ain't getting in. Don't y'all know that man ain't picking everybody? Okay. A lot of folks, you look at, I wish my life was better. I got you. You go ahead and get it. You can exchange it for something else. Whatever you got now, temporary anyway. Whatever you got, temporary. Man, you can go get a brand new house. You ain't gonna imagine what's gonna happen by the next year. And over the course of a year, there ain't a brand new house no more. And I'm just telling you, time gonna eat it. Go get a brand new shirt. Go get brand new shoes. They ain't gonna be brand new forever. They gonna wear out. They gonna play out. And time will teach you that. You better get something that still remain the same. Yeah, I'm being honest with you. Salvation, the only thing that don't change. All of his word don't change, all of his don't change. He said, man, I remain the same. Y'all hear me? He said all this stuff. He said, even the rock, he said, wax old like a garment does. He said, but I remain the same. And you know what he's saying? And my years don't fail. Y'all know what happened? Even your cold now, well, your cold, his eyes fail. If his eyes fail, what were they before they fail? Huh? They were good. So what they tell you over time? Man, you're going to fail. You're going back to the dust. Everybody in here, listen, while you able, and you can get up here and you give Mr. Yahuwah the caboose, give it to him. Because there's going to be a time come you ain't going to be able to do it. Everybody remember sometimes you'll see people, like you might see somebody that might be in their 80s. And when you sin, that's the way you sin, it look like they've been like that all their life. They used to be just like us. They used to run, play, go to the club, used to drink, used to smoke, fornicate, commit adultery. Whatever it was they did the same thing. Time just settled in. Time settled in. You know, they realized your days ain't like they used to be. You thought you'd have never got here, but you're here now. Uncle Ted, did you ever think you'd have been 75? Did you ever think did you think you would have been cut off earlier? Huh? So, I know what they're saying. That's like me. I never thought I made it my 50s. I lived like I thought I was going to die too. I just felt like if I was going to die, it didn't matter. Just do whatever you had to do. You ain't going to be here long anyway. I had that mind. I try to tell young people, like, you'll go through and you don't want to give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. It's the best time for you to turn now and seek Yahuwah while it can be found. While it can be found, it's the best time. I mean, if you're going to call on him, you better do it while he's near. Because he's going to draw back. He's going to draw back. That's a good time for you while you're able, while you still got the activity of your limbs and still got your eyesight, while you still talk, you got a reasonable amount of health and strength. It's the best time to turn to him now. That's the truth. He told you when you're supposed to remember. When? Why the what? That's right. He said that time wrong, man. Listen, when your knees start hurting, that's not good. Your eyes start failing, you can't hardly hear, that's not good. He said, you better remember me now while you're able. Isn't that right? Be trying to eat bird food to stay. You eat that bird food shit trying to stay alive, you still gonna die. Them folks go to 7 Under, they go to Health Unlimited, and they still dead. Mr. Yahuwah shut these folks, man, ain't nothing you gonna do gonna keep you around no longer the way he told you. Isn't that right? He told you what to do. He told you to obey your parents, which are in Yahuwah. He said, if this is right, then it might be well with you, and you might live long. Now, ask these people how many of them doing that when they eating that bird shit. Yeah. Hell, I'm sitting around eating bird food and damn bird dying. Yeah. The bird got a flu. The shit ain't helping him. What I'm eating bird food for? Do you know how dumb you got to be that you trying to eat bird food and birds are dead? Yeah. But only Mr. Yahuwah give you that mind, boss. I want to get some bird food so I can live longer. Bird getting shot out the air. Y'all, man, y'all remember they had all them birds that flying, just dropping out of dying. You ain't gonna believe what they eat, human food. They eat bird food, still dead. But a turn to Yahuwah, everything you look at, you want to try to go get, it don't work for you. Mr. Yahuwah done designed one way for unashamed to live, mankind. He gonna have to turn. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. People don't want to hear that. Go jog and run and lift weights and do all that stuff. Don't eat nothing. Eat everything healthy, everything natural. You grow yourself. You still gonna die. Go ahead and lie to you. Go read books about living long. Until you get this and obey this, you still gonna die. Y'all got me. That's why we here. How many of y'all, that's your reason? That's why I'm here. I done came to grips with it now. Much as I don't like it, I gotta die. I don't like it one bit. Y'all hear me? I'm like, listen, anybody want something to drink? I'm like, hey, remove this cup. I'll pass it to you. Who want that cup of death? I'll give it to you. You can get mine. I'll let you get 2 big glasses. Isn't that right? Should I put a bill up under your neck, make sure none don't get on your clothes? I don't want mine, but I'm cutting the grips with it. Can't pass. You can't pass it, so she can't pass it. I got to learn to go through it. That's why we're here. You know, what I'm talking about now, people don't want to talk about dying, okay? But it's as real as you living. Everybody here, young and old, middle age, whatever it is, everybody here got to move. You know what we ain't got to do? We ain't got to burn forever. You ain't got to burn forever. So that's one thing we can avoid. Why don't we make sure we get it right? Put the effort that people put in eating and other stuff they're doing into making sure that you don't get condemned in the mosh pot. When that man come back here and he pass judgment, he get the young and the old. Don't ever fool yourself, young people. When I was young out there, I wasn't thinking about dying then. I think about fornicating, running the street, all kind of stuff, in game, doing all kind of foolishness. Then time settle in, you keep going, you realize people that you know around your age, they gonna start dying. Has anybody died that came out of school with you yet, that you know? They start coming. Never would have imagined. Was it somebody you knew or somebody you familiar with? Never would have thought them in it. That's how it is. Hey, listen, as time going sweeter, you know what you're gonna be hearing about? Somebody else dead. I was talking, me and Tim was out there, I was talking to a cousin of mine. We were talking, and I was talking, we brought up somebody we were talking about. I asked about it. He said, yeah. He said, man, he dead. I said, damn. I said, he dead? He said, yeah. I said, man, I know that thing messed that brother up. I said, brother, I know that. I said, how he take it? He said, oh, he dead too. I said, damn, both of them dead. He said, you might have had that sister. Yeah, their sister dead too. I said, damn. I asked him about somebody. He said, he dead. I said, do this. I said, do this. Tell him that. I told him. I said, don't talk to me about nobody else. I said, because everybody dead. Let's talk about somebody. Everybody with name was dead. I was like, but you know what? That's my age group now. That's where folks at. You got, I can tell a lot of folks, when y'all go, they gone, ain't they? As you keep living, y'all listen, you're going to know less and less people. And some people you knew, but you didn't like, but you knew them enough, but you didn't like with them. You realize, man, it'd be the oddest thing. You're like, I hadn't thought nothing about that person, but I know that person too. They gone on. And you start considering, it could be you. That could have been the conversation about you, and they could still be here. Y'all hear me? All right, y'all be all right. Make sure you get it right. I see sometimes they flash the old picture through, Abraham come through, you look, and from a picture, it look like he's still alive. You know, then they got one with him shooting a bird. I said, well, that's Abraham. One with him inside the dumpster. Then I said, that's Abraham. Isn't that right? That's Abraham. But that's how it is. Mr. Yahuwah will come and move you from the living. That's all you be is a distant memory. After a while time go on, people forget about you. People ain't gonna cry about you forever. Amen. Folks in our law, how many of y'all lost people that were tragic? You lost them. How many of y'all you get over it? I'm just saying, just be honest. In life, when time go on, that show you right there how you put your heart in these people. Man, these folks, people get over you. Now you get them white folks shit, they go get the dogs and stuff them and put them in the living room. I ain't one of them people. I ain't bring your ass home me. I hard mama. You not come back in that house though. Ashy to ashy, dust to dust, that going in the ground. I can't bring it back in that house. I don't know how my second and third and 15th wife gonna feel about it. I'm gonna be here a while. Isn't that right? I got them lined up. I don't know where they at yet, but I'm gonna be lining them up. I'm gonna tell number 14 that you ain't gonna be the first one now. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Just put all their pictures across the wall. And tell 15, don't ask me how they left him. Just make sure you obey. Something wrong with y'all people. Y'all know y'all sick. That's right, y'all in the hospital. So we try to make sure we get that right. The main thing you gotta do is make sure we focus on ourselves. Self-examination, very important. And you wanna make sure that you have a relationship with him for yourself. That's the purpose you come here, to establish you a relationship. Don't let your relationship be predicated off of other people's relationship. We're gonna do it according to the rule. That's the purpose when we go through and we look back through the Sefer, is to look at other people that had a relationship, see how was it that they created a relationship and how they able to get him to correspond. It's like sometimes you trying to get people to respond to letters. You try to send a correspondent by sending a letter, and you're looking for people to answer. Either you send a request for them to come, or you asking for information be sent back to you. So at that point, y'all just change your correspondent. We're trying to send out a message to him, and we're trying to get him to correspond and give us a reply. That makes sense? Well, he done sent a letter to us, and he looking for us to respond. That's all the book is. It's a correspondent. Y'all got it? So the letter been sent out, and he wants to be ready to appear. Y'all ever had a letter ask you to come to an appointment or show it, they send you correspondent? And they send it sometime in a letter versus a phone call, so it's official. Like what we're going through, we're going to read, it's official for us. It's got its seal on it. Y'all got it? It's been stamped by a representative, by the Nabaim, the Kohanim, by the Kahalah. Y'all right? It's official lettering. And when they come there, he's looking for it to correspond. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, we haven't responded. He ain't got no response. Now you lead a man now, he put us in collection. Ain't that right? Sometimes they give you that period of time, just like with court. They'll send you a letter and it's an appearance, a summons. You know how that work out? You know that they'll send you something, they'll call it a summons. You know when these people go to these places, they'll go and see these root workers and go see these people, and they'll have a seance. And you know what they sit down and they try to do? They're trying to summons the dead to come. That's what Mr. Yahuwah, excuse me, we hear now, he's trying to summon the dead, the moot. He done looked over Yasharal and Yahuwah, you know what he realized? They all dead men. So he done called us together and we come together and we trying to call a summon. You know when people go to do these summons, they usually trying to call up husbands and wives and mothers and fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers. They're trying to pull people back. They feel like they have information. Y'all notice that? They're usually trying to summon people that got information. They want to know how you doing. Was it something left undone I need to know about? Y'all never know, y'all ever seen movies where people do this stuff? Some of y'all probably been the one. I hadn't, I just hadn't. We all got past. But the purpose of you look at, they're trying to summon someone and trying to fix a bridge or gap. They felt like something was left unanswered, something was left unaddressed. It's something I just need to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling you back so I can get this lost information. Well, we're trying to get it through the word. Hello? We're trying to come, yeah, because it's a bridge, but it's a break in it. And we're trying to feel trying to feel the break in the bridge. That makes sense to y'all? The reason why we had these conversations a lot of time before we start, so that way we got a sense of direction. A lot of time what people do, they got the book, but they really don't have a sense. And this book, the thing about the book, whether it's the right one or the wrong one, you can go anywhere. It depends on what you're looking for. This book can send you on a wild goose chase, as they would call it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. For 40 years, can you imagine, you would think, you ain't that stupid, but can you imagine this man could put you in derision and have you walking around that building for 40 years and you think you seeing something different, going somewhere different? That's where he can put your law back in your mind. Until he come in and tell you, now turn and take your journey. Not only you tell a person to turn because they need to stop going the way they've been going. But he let them go for 40 years. He said, I waited till all those people died out who I swore wasn't getting in. And you know, during the course of time, they watched people move. People they knew. People that were close to them. People they knew and were familiar with their face and watched these people die. And then Yahuwah tell, no doubt, the cry, the heartbreak, the rigor from it, and wishing, as they would say, you know, as a figure of speech, them saying wishing they weren't dead, wishing they were still there. But had they still been there, had they still been alive, where would they be? Still in derision. Which means people a lot of times have a part in a play with your hindrance. Y'all understand that? People play a part in your hindrance. Sometimes people hold on to people, and that's the very reason why you're in the situation you're in. People pray people to keep staying around and keep hanging on and a lot of times, this is the major reason why you're still in derision, why you still going around in circles. Versus you looking and letting him decide. Let him be the best decision maker. There's a lot of things I want, I desire, but then I have to be willing to ask, is that the best thing for me? If that's something that's going to hinder me and slow me up with what I came to do, because I came here to be saved. And that was that y'all agenda? How many of y'all along the way you accumulated some stuff? Because I ain't come here with no kids. I didn't come with no wife. I came for Tony Smith. But along the way, I got a wife and got some kids, and I wound up accumulating some housing, property, other stuff, got in businesses, and then you had to start considering, do they play a part with holding you up? Did you let these things kind of sway you? Did these things persuade you, influence you in any kind of way? All these things you need to consider, because the more things you get, then you have to factor these things in when it comes to your salvation, because now you got to consider the whole boatload of what you got. You don't want to disrupt your family, disrupt your stuff. You don't want nothing to happen to this. Was that the agreement we had when you came? So when we pick up stuff, you have to really start deciding, does it play a part with holding you up? Now, if he come and move it, are you going to ask him to give it back to you? Are you coming to an acceptance? Hello? Chaff was saying whatever state he was in, he learned to be content. He learned how to be full and he learned how to be hungry. What kind of mental state you got to have to do that? How many of y'all have been hungry and you been like feel like you was starving? And how many of you know what? I'm good with that. How many of y'all be like, I need something to eat before I die. That's that driven natural man. That man said, I learned how to be hungry and how to be full. Meaning I learned how to take enough and say, you know what? I'm good. Some of us eat to, feel like I'm about to bust. How much did you eat? You know what I'm saying? He said, I learned that. I had to limit that. Isn't that right? I had to learn how to be what I have is sufficient versus sometimes I got, but I keep wanting more and more. I don't want that to come and get in the way of where I'm trying to go. That makes sense, y'all? I don't know, y'all look mighty strange. I try to get y'all, I talk to y'all about stuff that I think about how I feel. You need to know how I think. Again, let me tell y'all something. Every preacher preaches a prejudice. We all have a prejudice. We all play an influence on what we teach and what we preach. You got to see how that fit for you. You got to make sure that prejudice or that influence don't come in, it don't hinder you and don't stop you from where you're trying to get. You really got to open your mind. You got to consider. Every time, everybody to be watched, everybody be examined. You got to consider. You didn't come from about a personal idea or ideology. You came to make sure that you came in for the plan of salvation. You got to make sure the person ain't letting nothing hinder them or persuade them or move them, because they're going to play a part with you too. Hello? That makes sense? Don't be watching me. Don't be checking behind me. That's the very person you need to watch and be checking behind. Isn't that right? You come in your kid room, your kid jump around and jump out of bed, move crazy. I said, what the hell you in here doing? You don't say, oh, everything good. You know, you just say, your ass done did something. You got to start searching through. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Kid do something crazy, you're like, yeah, let me start searching to see what's going on in here. Something crazy going on, right? The kid looking, you done did something. Yeah, I got to check behind. You done something. And that's what we doing. We got to check everybody. All right? All right, let's see what does say Miss Yahoo. All right, carry on, please. All right. All right, we're going to get ready so we can go down. Most High, Kudash Abba, which is separated Father, I do thanks for all you've done, you've given us, for this opportunity to come before you to sagard you, which is to prostrate ourselves before you. We give kabod, glory, kabod, honor unto you through Yahusha, HaMashiach, the Anointed One, for all you've done, for giving us a lob, a mind, to think on, to consider, asking you to look down from Shamayim, from the heights and expansions, upon your Abadim, which are your servants, blotting out all of our kata and our ma'al, which are our sins and our transgressions, according to the berith that you shabbat, which is the covenant that you vowed to the Abbas and to the fathers, that you will restore their benin, even unto us, which are their children and their children's children, making us the bens, the benim of Elohim, which are the sons of the Mighty One. We need you as never before. We need you now. With sickness, disease, and pestilence, storms and floods and earthquakes and war in diverse places, we seek your recall, which are your mercies. We're not deserving of it, but because you are Hab the Abbas, which are the fathers, you love them, affection upon them. You are Hab their benin. You had affection and care for their children. And we ask you to establish us, recommit us and reconfirm us before it's too late. We've done wrong. We thought things. We
gone to places. We sought out things. We looked to other Elohims. We're sorry. Look down and please forgive us, all of us, not only here, but in every Malcolm where your arm is established, your people, every place. Asking you to barak us to get an understanding. And most of all, your Ruach HaKadosh, which is your spirit of separation. That Ruach that will keep us and seal our Kai, our lives, that we can meet you in Shalom, which is in peace. Again, we yakra upon you, call upon you, for no other help we know. Those that could not be here, sick, afflicted, married, single, separated, behind prison wall, bereaved, war-stricken country, disease and pestilence, the out-of-towners, those we commit you in Palau that support your Dabarim, your Ra'ah, your Malaki, your Shamaim, your Sabut, Jerusalem, Baraka. Please keep us. Please. And as we prepare to move forward, please, if you see anything that'll hinder us, cause us to hesitate, to doubt you, to disbelieve you, to move away from your berit, your covenant, please remove it from us and give us strength to continue to be the Benim of Noon. We ask you to take full control. That you get the Tahalim, the Kabud, and the Kabad in the Shem of Yahusha HaMashiach we Palau. Let us all say, Amen. I about to be with Daoud, but I like to been down there for a minute. I ain't lying. I'm telling you what else I need. I need y'all to charge up my hub around. I don't know what y'all been doing. Where's my hub around? It is. It's in the back. Yeah, go get it. I need that. I have to sit down and bring my hub. And don't be just riding in it either. I used to see that thing on commercial years ago. I said, man, that thing for old people, hub around. And I got me one. They said, if I give you a gun, I got mine. Ain't that right? Tries to get me 2 machine guns put on my hub around. Cause one of these young niggas come try to take it. On the back, I'm gonna have a sign saying, this ain't what you want. Ain't that right? Woo! All right, y'all, we gonna try to, woo! Appreciate it. Uncle Ted, I ain't Smith, y'all be going? They done killed my mama! I thought she was still down there. Like, what in the world that happened? Well, that ground rough, that thing pulled the strength out you, man. I was on the ground, I thought they done killed my mama. Yeah. I was about to ask you, are you able to go down? Do you feel the blood rushing? Uncle Ted, the hill don't rush, you just run up there right quick. But I tell you what, man, it's rough. But we had to get back down. That's a sign of submission.
That's
you know,
right.
The police will come and tell you to put your hands up, or they'll tell you to get on the ground. All the stuff that we don't like, and you know what that is for, though? That's for their security and for their safety. They render you harmless. Typically, that's why, like with George Floyd, you know, that's what they kept saying. It didn't make sense to kill him because at that point, what they said, he wasn't a threat.
Right.
Why he wasn't a threat?
On the ground.
So why we go down on the ground?
Non-threatening position.
That's what we're trying to show you who we're non-threatening. We don't want you to think we're not trying you. We want you to look at us and know we're a submissive arm. We go down and prostrate ourselves to God. Mm-hmm. We're going down to prostrate ourselves so he'll see, please don't perceive us as a threat. Because you got to remember, we Elohim. He said, I said you're Elohim.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now he said, I don't know no other Elohim. So he look at when you come before him, I want you to submit yourself. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't want to feel like you're going to come and you don't come in a threatening manner toward me. You want to get your hands out your pocket. Watch how you move with certain gestures you do. I need you to put your hand where I can see them. Mm-hmm. I need you to just get on the ground. Mm-hmm. Y'all got it? At that point, he felt like, that's for my security. Mm-hmm. And we understand it. You know what? A lot of times, that's stupid, that's dumb. What the purpose of getting up punk and then get on the ground? Police make you do it. They don't say, well, you got on them nice clothes. If they feel threatened for their security and not to harm you as a threat so they don't kill you, what they want you to do? Mushar came up on Yahuwah.
He just popped up on him, took it upon yourself to pop up on him. Man, take your shoes off. And the man knew to prostrate himself before him. He looked at, I don't want to be perceived as a threat. I want to give whatever homage, respect to. It's like somebody got a gun, what you gonna say? Nigga, that gun ain't real. You like, listen, what you want? Listen, I'm not, if you want, you can get it, whatever you need to do. Cause that person with a gun, listen, you can look at some people and tell, this person here will shoot you. This person not the one looking crazy, that crazy, scary stuff, this nigga will shoot you. You like, listen, please don't shoot. What do you want? Listen, you can have it. Please, all I want to do is just be able to leave from this scene or whatever it is. You try to get that person to feel comfortable where they don't kill you. That'd been me, I would have gave him shit and you'd be dead. Yeah. That'd been you'd have shitted on yourself and you'd have gave him shit before you asked for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks be taught that junk. I know I pulled no gun, there ain't nothing to play with. Folks don't realize you ain't got to be crazy to pull no gun. All you got to do is, you ain't got to be crazy to kill, all you got to do is pull the trigger. Yeah. The gun do the work.
That's right.
Folks don't even realize the stupidest, ignorant, crazy, scary person will kill you. Yeah. They have a gun. It's loaded gun. All it takes is just the little pressure on that trigger. You shot. That gang shit don't mean nothing. Gang, nigga. Right. I'm hearing grade, nigga. You better to walk away from that. I don't know why I told y'all that, because some of y'all might look y'all to try somebody with a gun. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't worth it. Let them have, listen, you got it. Don't let them have, and don't be like, you got that. When I see you again, that's ain't nobody gonna tell me that when I got no gun. We finna end it now. That's a bad threat. That tell you don't say nothing like that. Don't let that come out your mouth. You know, yeah, you go ahead and take it now, nigga. You better run. You better be somewhere where I can't. What, are you serious? Some of y'all, for whatever reason, somebody white man will be dumb enough to do that in your life. All right, this is 15 and 4. What are we looking for?
Base foundation.
And we see our putting the foundation in just from Florida, don't we? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what he said. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
What?
Nikatab for our lament.
That's what it was written for. Y'all hear that? Whatever was written before was written to teach us. So?
That we, through endurance.
And you know how you get endurance? Come here for a second. Let me just borrow you for a second. I'm just borrow you for a second. You good. I mean, you're gonna do this. We're gonna race, all right? We're gonna race from here to right here. You ready? Let's go. Man, whew, boy, you got endurance. We ain't went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You talking about endurance is when you gone for a period of time. You good. Yeah, you did good, Daniel. That was fast. You took off pretty fast right then, too. So that was actually him. He wasn't really fast for y'all turtle people. But anyway, so what you're looking at for endurance, this would mean as you're going for a course of time. Look at that building. So now this is how you'll measure that. 40 years is a long time though, hasn't it? 40 years. But now you got to consider a building that's standing out longer than that. Yeah. So guess how we're going to grade the other building? They got more endurance because they continue longer. So that structure gave away. So you start looking at endurance, we're looking at something that you're looking at when you're competing, something that you're keeping and it's surpassing other people where they stop or where they give up or where they fall to fail. That's how I'm looking at endurance over a course of time. 40 years is good for a period, but what do you do with a building that's been existing for 50 and 72 and been around for 100 years? So these are buildings that have what we'll call a more endurance substance. Y'all got it? So that's how we start to grade it. Hello? Okay, so as we're going and as we continue to go, we're trying to make sure we don't fall to fail or give way. That's what happened to that building. It gave way. I'm sure it had some assistance. Oh, yeah. But even with that, you got to think about, okay, we'll look at this. All right. For whatever was written before was written to teach us, which is lament, so that through endurance without giving way, right? And through
Nakum.
That's through consolation. Nakum, through consolation. That's what keep you going. That's why sometimes runners in football, basketball, or keep going. It's the thought of, it's the idea of winning and what they look to achieve. It's the status. That's why you keep going. When it comes to championship game, get out in the last game, that's when you find out who give out and who don't. What happened a little year to this? Well, we we played a good game. We had some injuries. We had some of our key players that couldn't make it. And, you know, I got to give my hats off to them, give hands to them. You know, they beat us fair and square. But so you start listening what happened over the course of time. What happened? They gave way. Key players faltered, got hurt, got sick, couldn't perform. You see what happened? And then they started to get their speak. You start to see what happened. So for us, he's trying to tell us we're using this so we don't give way. We don't have to make excuse. So they started to go back and examine why they lost. Why did you lose? Key players didn't show up. People we count on didn't do. I mean, we had a lot of, key, and I guess just looking at basketball, key with basketball is making sure you get recovery too. Every shot ain't gonna hit. You want a second and third shot at that basket before you lose it. If you only get one shot attempt and it's going back down the court, I assure you that's part of your failure. So those are things we're looking at what usually causes. Some championship team, when you got real coaches, they realize that. You get fresh coaches going, hey, we're gonna go down and shoot. You gotta have a backup plan. You probably ain't gonna hit. It might get blocked, it might come up short, anything. We need a man that can recover the ball and let us get a second attempt to set up again before it goes back down the court. Because we lose and win. We shoot straight back down the court after a shot and then submit. It's killing us. Basketball, y'all agree?
Yes, sir.
But see, people don't realize that people that are champion who know about winning, they realize there are certain things you have to be able to do. Just like with football, they know my defense is gonna be key. You can have a great outfit, but if you ain't got a good defense, because you can throw it, you can intercept. And you got a great offense, but if you can't recover that ball back, you need a defense gun the ball and let them know we need the ball back.
Yes, sir.
Stop the ball. Make them kick the ball back off to us. So you need that key defense. They know for winning. Most people, they just looking at the offense, looking at the quarterback, they're looking at the receiver. These guys can screw up, they can miss. Hey, somebody was on them and they didn't get the ball. They got an interception, anything. Somebody popped them. Somebody ripped the ball from them. So now we got to get the ball back. If they got the ball and they score, it's going to kill us. Now we got to work twice as hard because now we behind.
Yeah.
Y'all understand what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
All these things are key. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Like getting a good pitcher, you playing baseball. You counting this man to strike him out. Isn't that right? We don't want, listen, don't throw them nothing, make them slap nothing in no stand. It'll kill you. You get a pitcher, get a hand, everybody hitting that bat, they coming back, clout, and then knock 3 out of that, and then you gonna turn over and get to another pitcher. You just killed that man. He walk out in the field already looking, shit, me and man will give a 3-4 run, and then they drug me and him. I would show him I wasn't gonna play today. Not like this, you want to play, but you don't want to come in when somebody done already gave up 4 runs. Because people started, they gonna fall on me. Right. We lose, they gonna look at you was out there too. So that's how important players are and how important it is to set up a strategy when you're doing something. So he got a strategy. I'm gonna write out a plan, and we're gonna follow that plan. And that plan gonna be, so as we're going through the season, we don't wind up fainting and fall out when the big game comes. All your regular season plan is to get you to the playoff, to get you to the championship. So everything we've been doing has been to get us to, well, we don't falter in the last year. The last year, I mean, that's gonna be championship game. We can't lose this one. Everything that we've gone through and we've done was to get us to the mosh pot. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Y'all don't even believe it. That's the bowl game. What's a bowl? Son contain. Y'all ain't gonna believe what a bowl game gonna be. It's gonna be down in the valley of Yahusha. It's gonna be just like a stadium. He said, there, I'm gonna pray, everybody gonna be there. He said, there I will contend with all going. He said, I'm gonna bring you right to the valley. That's right down the lower part. You know, when you play the bowl, everybody else is up, they're down. It's a bowl game. Don't worry about it. I just don't get it. Don't worry about it. And we got consolation when we go back and look at how other people that have followed this plan have won. You know what I mean? That's our consolation. Other people that followed their plan, they didn't give way. They didn't give up. And they were won. They were champions. That's our Nakum. And it was of the writings. We might have
Your call.
Your call. We got an expectation for something. Let's look at something we're talking about foundation. Say that in the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 19. The Yahoo. Okay. Let's see what happened. 7 and 19. We'll read down. Listen.
Every ox that bringeth not forth to fruit to pari is hewn down
And what else?
and cast into the fire.
And this is based upon predicated off of what he told us. Who's going to understand this? Husbandmen, farmers, that's right. People that work and deal with groves, fruit trees, they understand that. There are a couple of techniques you can use to try to improve a tree, and there's certain things you have to do where you just have to cut a tree down. That's certain things we talked about. Sometimes you got trees with worms. You might find in the fruit, you could bury potash around it. I'm telling them something over. You take potash and you bury it around the tree, and it keeps the worms from going to it. They don't want to go there because they got to crawl through, and they don't want to go through it. It's certain stuff you could do, just like pecan trees. What you do in the country. Rooter, you down from Albany, right? Y'all got pecan trees. You ever watch when they put the metal tin around the tree? That's to keep the squirrel from crawling up. So you put a metal tin about this big and you nail it around the tree, the squirrel can't jump that far up to get past it. It's to keep him from getting to it because he'll eat up all the nuts. So that's certain techniques you can use to do. Just like you see a tree when it's young, it's a sapling, and you see it leaning, you'll tie something to it and stake it so you can get it to stand upright. Just like they did with Yahusha. He was like a tree planted by the rivers of Maim. He told you that he saw the people in the 17th chapter of the book of Kazum. He told you about it when he saw the whore that was sitting there. She was sitting on many waters. And he told you that when the Malachi explained it to him, he told him that the water that you saw, so those were people. So when Yahuwah was sitting there, he was just like a tree that was planted by the Nahar of Maim. And that's why he was able to produce his fruit in season. Hello? They just came in the season. They were just coming in the summer season. And that's when he was supposed to produce. He was a summer tree. That's why he was Ukal Shabua, first fruit. You get your first fruits in the summer, not in the winter. Hello?
So,
Why y'all think he told you about Barak was the man that did it? And then he told you he was going to be like, he told you about a man first.
yeah.
Then he told you what the man was like. Why would he tell you about, why did you go from man to tree? Unless I'm familiar with a tree culture behavior. When a tree can get water, it can continue to get nutrients, and fruit become even more, you know what I'm saying, even more productive. That's a valuable part. When you're planting, you need Maim. Whether a river, whether lakes by, or whether you giving it the dew from Shamayim. Hello?
Yes, sir.
That's why he put him right by the people. Well, who y'all thought it was about? All right, let's see something. Since we're here now. Look right quick. Look at Tahalim 1 and 1. Since we brought that up, I guess let's look at it. Tahalim. Tahalim. They call it Psalms. Why they call it Psalms? Because Psalms got it and Psalms don't. All right. This is Tahalim 1 and 1. Let's see how it reads from here. Listen.
Baraka is the Ish that halak not in the council of the Rasha,
Let's see what happened. Listen how.
nor standeth in the Darak of Kata,
I think Kataim. Kataim
Kataim,
for sinners. Nor,
sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
let's see what scornful people are. Let's look at the definition for scornful. Probably look at a scorner. Or let's use scorn, or the root word to scorn, as feeling or expressing contempt or derision. Take off the full and just get scorn. The feeling or belief that someone or something is worthless or despicable, contempt, and he did not sit in that seat. And we know that, don't we? Because they brought him a woman in a very act of adultery. They brought him people, he said that wasn't what he was trained to do. And to make sure that you knew that, it makes sense that he told you that the being of each did not come to condemn. He said, I didn't come to scorn. I came to give it Kai. Now, how many of y'all remember him making this statement? He let you know he didn't come in to do that. He said, I didn't come to do that. And we know that because Yahuwah told us that, didn't he? Let's see what he told us. Let's see the 3 and 16. We'll go back. Who know what I want? That's right. Yahukanan, Yahukanan. I got something in there. I got something in there. Cam, I be understanding a couple of words here and now. Oh, you be going now. Now you got one life to live. Bad done did something. The young done did something. I said, man, calling people name on there? But you know how you hear something, you'll assume you hear something. That's why if y'all do something new, it's gonna take me a minute. Because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. So I know whether I concur or not sometimes. So you might not see, it's gonna be fun because I'm trying to make out what you're saying. Am I catching your premises? Because y'all remember, I tell y'all all the time, for those of y'all that do that, that's your ministry. So it's up to you to make sure it's clear and it makes sense. I'm saying clear, I'm saying clear enough where a person can follow the premise of what y'all doing. You could be saying something, but for somebody looking at salvation, that don't fit in line with what I'm trying to do. Y'all got it? Like this is my ministry. That's why I'm making my bid to make sure I'm playing with it. Because I got to follow the book. He told me to write it. Am I right when I do him? And you ain't gonna believe what he told me to do that. So I got to make it plain. So do I make it plain?
Yes, sir.
Well, that show you whether or not I'm following instructions. He writing it, but I don't be understanding what he be saying that then I'm not doing my job. He told me to write it, and then he told me to make it plain. See, I got a premise. This is just how I like to do it. No, ain't how I like to do it. That's what he told me to do. He told me to write it. Then he told me to make it plain. Got it? You got to be able to understand it. We're going to be able to do it, right?
Yes, sir.
So we look at it, makes sense. So you can create something right. I'm just, this for all y'all that do this. I tell all the time, this is your ministry. So when you're doing it, you got to make sure you're proficient with it and make sure people can follow along what it is that you're trying to implement or what it is you're trying to express. You could be expressing something, but it's not really productive towards salvation. Mm-hmm. Hello?
Yes, sir.
That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all give it what you got. That's y'all ministry. So he was saying that using one lighter, he was talking about how people gave up stuff and different. I said, okay, I got it. I got her. I said, okay. I heard him call. I said, he calling our names on here? Are we supposed to be calling out names? Nah, I said that because folk be talking about me. He be calling people names. Yep. You can see Mexican. Where you were last night, Mexican? Somebody said they seen you eating mosquito sandwiches. You said you were tired. What you said? Oh, you're standing. You ate some Mexican food? Do you eat a lot of peppers? Do you eat peppers? You don't eat a lot of peppers. Sandy, you eat peppers? Felicia, you eat peppers? Hold on. Felicia, do you eat pepper? For some reason, Jesse was answering. No. You don't eat pepper. You're not in that category. How many of y'all say that if you're Latin, that's the same thing as Spanish? They wouldn't be speaking in Spanish if your people wouldn't have came in here and conquered them.
That's right. That's right.
The team was ready for that one.
That's right.
See, I know that she got hit. She tried her best, but you know, I wasn't saying it no derogatory, but that's a part of it. Color pepper actually is good for a lot of things, for blood flow, for the heart. It plays a lot of Hispanic eat. A lot of people Spanish, Latin. I think a lot of Latin people eat peppers. Do you know? Mexican. Talking about Spanish people. He said Mexican. I'm asking about Latin because the Spanish people derived from the Latin. So we're trying to go back to your mother country and find out where you came from. That there's something they eat. Because I know it's a big culture with Hispanic people. Most of y'all, how many of y'all niggas eat a lot of pepper? That's that Latin. I can't do a whole lot of hot stuff. I drunk too much liquor. My stomach, see that you eat a lot of hot stuff? You like the hot stuff? I can't do no whole lot of hot stuff. That thing, I'm telling you what y'all do. I stop this shit now. When this Shema go down, I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna bring y'all some wings. I'm gonna set y'all right in here. I'm gonna find out where you at. They ain't gonna be nasty. I wouldn't do that to you. No. They're not gonna be nasty. I just wanna see where you at.
Yes, sir.
And I'm do like I told I met the boy at school that time was on the gate. I wanna know who the baddest nigga in here is. We gonna take y'all right in here. I'm gonna let y'all sit down, eat a couple of them wings. I just wanna see where you at. Listen, they eat real easy too. So you ain't gonna have no burn your lip. Won't be none of that. I just want to see who the baddest nigga in here is. Now, how many of y'all went to try to eat wings? Let's see where you at. Oh, yeah. Make sure we go. I'm going to see where y'all. Who in here thinking? Who there? You good? Oh, yeah. So you do good? You eat hot food? But you eat hot food. You like hot food. No, listen. Listen. I assure you, no eye running. And no nose running. You ain't finna get no burning mouth, lips, nothing. I'm not finna try to put y'all on nothing that finna have you like that. These are just regular eat wings. Oh yeah. I'm just curious, Justin. Why you asked that, Justin? You had some. How many of us are eating no wings? Are those wings nasty?
No.
Are they disgusting?
No.
Do they eat good?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling y'all, just like who else said, I know, you're going to pay for it later. I just want to see I just want to know if it's just me, because I had it the first time. I was like, that was good. I wore that morning. I said, woo, something. I don't know what this is. I did. I was like, you know, because I couldn't even associate the wing. I was like, something I ate. And man, that time I got, and I that just said, whoo. I was talking about, where that fire come from? Then you had the wing. You eat hot food. I don't know what need for. I just want to see where y'all at. So y'all people, I want to treat you my experience. I just want to see where y'all at. All right, that's all I want to see. Cause it could just been a couple of us, could just been thrown off, and we just want to know where y'all. Bryce eat hot food on him. You ate them wings, then. And Bryce like that hot food on him. They good now. You want to enjoy yourself. I just want to see where y'all at. All right, let's see what happened right here. Based off of what we read, and Tahalim 1:1, Baraka was the east, remember? That didn't walk in the pathway of who? Of Qatar. He didn't sit in the seat of the, because he sat in the seat of the scorner is going to be a person that's like a Shafit. Yeah, if you're condemning people, you really have to be in position where you can get that kind of position, you can give that kind of statement to where it can be damaging to people, okay? Now listen to 3:16, how we know him. For Elohim, Ahab, the Alam, go ahead.
That he gave his only begotten being.
Hold on, I would say with an abundant Ahab. Go ahead.
That whosoever among in him should not perish,
But
have Olam Kai.
let me read this one, Lay. He said, for Elohim, Ahab, the Alam, for the word, with abundant Ahab, which he's emphasizing from his writing how the Ahab was. So there's a Ahab you can have that's general, but we're looking at this as being more maximized. The fact he said abundant Ahab to the extent, now this is proving. So now we're looking for proof, you're saying to an extent, he gave his only being, similar to, because Abraham saw Ahab Elohim, that he was willing to give his only, which meant when we look at only, as Yahuwah did, look at what he did. He separated him from the other. That's what he did. Before Abraham was giving him up, he separated him from Yahusha. So he had other, but this is the one whom he predicated for a berith. So he separated. That's it. So that's how important that berith was. Just like when he told us to come out from among them and be what? Does that mean other people aren't there? It means I put a difference on you by taking you away from them. Abraham did the same thing with Yahusha. He separated him from his other Akeem. Didn't he?
Yes, sir.
And so now he's looking at this one that he set up for us, this particular one he set up, so that all who amongst in him should not
Perish.
but rather live eternal. Rather, I wanted you to live eternal. That's the way I sent him. I didn't send him in here for nothing other, not for you to perish, but so you could live. Live, not perish, okay? That's the state you was in before. Now, with him coming and me giving him you, and because of how much abundant care I have for you, I want you to live eternal life. Let's see what he told you at 17. Listen.
For Elohim sent not his being into the Olam to condemn the Olam.
You mean to scorn it?
That's right.
So what did he do?
But that the Olam through him might be Yahusha.
That's why I sent them. So now, guess what people would have been watching? Pick me back up at 1 and 1 again. See if it makes sense to you. Tahalim 1 and 1 they call Psalms. We didn't use Barak in him. He used what? Ashrei. Ashrei for blessed. So we're going to have to look up what Ashrei is. Basi probably is another form, different saying. We get a chance, we'll look this up. Ashrei is the Ish. So that's our goal, people. Make sure we understand it. Now, all these people have Elohim. Do they understand their Elohim? Do they understand the language of their Elohim? That is, you look at like Islam. Their religion is written in Aramaic. And the people that are taught this religion, follow religion, can't even read their own book. You give them their book and say, read me something out of them. They can't read it. They had to have a imam that has to actually read and interpret for a lot of them. A lot of these people can't read their book. Osama bin Laden, they can't read their own book. So they're finding something based off somebody telling them something that they can't read and examine for themselves. They can't read their own language. Most of these people can't. These people that call themselves out here bombing the book, did y'all know a lot of these people can't even read the Quran? They can't read it. If you gave it to them and said, read it to me, they can't read it. And they'll blow you up and kill you behind something they can't even read. You'll get an opportunity to sit down and say, let's look it up and see what it says. From English to Arabary to Greek to Latin, all the different forms of people that wrote our book, we have the opportunity to look at and examine it because we're attaching our souls to it. I'm the Fash. Mm-hmm. To me, come on, as Christian, did we have this opportunity? You either believe it or you die. So now we were saying Baraka, which it bestow a gift upon, but actually it makes sense to come back and look at you. So they take the olive and what they did, put puppy foots in. Seagal. That's why they tell you this E shape. Y'all remember this? Mm-hmm. Seagal. So Seagal is telling you that the E is like the E in red. Okay? So we had to go and interpret what these people do in their writing. So they're telling you that the aleph makes an E sound. Then they're telling you that here for the shun. Y'all see the shun? He put the dot because he's telling you here they're just doing what he did, the SH for the shun. And he tell you that the E followed in. Y'all see it? So he did Seagal again. That's why he did E for the olive, SH, shun. Then he told you that the shun came in with the E. For where the E came in, another Seagal. Then you got the Rosh, okay? I'm saying Ashur. I said Ashur. He'll say Ishur, happiness. How happy. So now, based when they come at, then they'll tell you James will run the blessed and happy for this word. Y'all got it? The same way he will run this for Baraka, blessed. So we're looking at happy. He's actually saying happy is the man. Okay? So one just know what it was saying. Let's go back. Now we read this at Christian. What we thought blessed was. We weren't thinking, we didn't associate with being happy, did we? Mm-hmm. So now we go back and look, he's actually telling us, happy is the Ish, who does not walk halak in the counsel, which is a recommendation for a course of behavior of the who? That's right. That's why he told him, if sinners entice thee, don't take it. That's what he did. He said this person will be happy. Okay? Nor stand in the path of Kataims, nor sit in the seat of the Scoffers. What we looked up? Scorner?
Scornful.
They look at scoffer, which should be markers. Let's see. We looked up scorn. How do we get to scorn?
What it said in
Scornful.
KJV.
Oh, KJV said it. That's about that. Scuffer. No, I think it's with an O.
Yeah, it's what I.
It's with an O. You're right. Now they don't want to find it. That's them. Who it is? Google. He gonna try. We'll probably go to DuckDuckGo and see if they give it. That don't make sense. But then again, Google probably telling us anyway. Nothing these folks say makes sense. Someone who laughs and speaks about a person or idea in a way that shows that they think that person or ideal is stupid or silly. Okay, scoffers. Okay. Someone who laughs and speaks about a person, an idea, or an idea in a way that shows that they think that the person or idea is stupid or silly. So that's what he didn't do. We looked at him being, I went to judging versus looking at him laughing and speaking a person as their ideas are stupid or silly, and that he didn't do. Okay, let's go back. How did I get the scorners from scoffers? Because y'all was spelling, I guess y'all just throw the N over here instead of the F, scorner. Where did you learn what that was too? He said scorner. Oh, that's why we looked it up. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's how we did scorner. So we're still right. All right, well, he didn't do that to him. All right, come on, verse 2. Let's see what happened. But
his delight is in the Torah of Yahuwah, and in his Torah doth he meditate Yom and Layla.
Hold on a second. Okay, verse 3. He
shall be like an ox planted by the Nahar of Maim.
So that's streams of water, Maim, which
bringeth forth his pari in his season.
And
his leaf also shall not wither.
And
whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
That's what we're looking at. Where's the foresight? The
Rasha are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens. Go ahead.
Therefore the Rasha shall not stand in the mashpah,
nor
Kataim in the Adah of the Siddiq.
So now he started to tell us things that we recognize, how you'll be able to tell the difference in between them. Just like when he told you to let the wheat and the chaff and in the wind. So you know what harvest actually is? It's judgment. That's judgment. Think about it. When a farmer come to harvest, they're taking to keep what they're going to keep. That they're going to discard and let rot and burn, they're going to leave. Mm-hmm. So the farmer, the husband we call, is actually making a judgment call. Because remember, they make the call on whether or not it's right.
Yeah.
He said, man, I'm ready to eat something. Not now, in a week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you think about. We never looked at it, but the husband is actually a shafet. Because they make a judgment and call on when to take it in. Mm-hmm. And when they go out, they're going to pick what they like. When you pick, y'all ain't smell. I can tell you, did you ever work in the field picking? Did you ever pick in the field? Pick. But the little you picked, was you able to look and see what you weren't going to take, that something looked bad and you left it or threw it away? Did you ever do that, Ain't Smith? Did y'all do that? Some you leave, some you throw away. Because you're making a judgment call when you look at it. You go to a plant, you picking peas off and you looking. And you picking, but then you start looking, this one look bad. Throw it away or leave it. Let it rot, let some come and get it, let some eat it up. That's the same way we understand how Mr. Yahuwah did. He said it's gonna be just like the chaff when the wind come by and do what? What they understanding now?
Wow.
They understand that, but they understand that's the first when the wheat harvest. That man told you about his withering fan gonna be in his hand. Let's see what he told us. See the 3rd chapter, book of Matthew. 3 and 5, be fine. Matthew. Does he ask you about that meat that got burned up, Ron? No. He's going to tell me that it's the best time. All right, listen.
Then went out to him Jerusalem and all Yehuda and all the region round about Jordan, and were immersed of him in Jordan, confessing their kataim,
What that kata?
kata. But when he saw many of the Parashim and the Sadducees come to his immersion, he said unto them, O Tuladot of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come.
Let's see what happened to him. Verse 8.
Bring forth therefore pari, meat for repentance.
He told them, therefore bear fruit in keeping with repentance. So we talked about this earlier before, remember that? Okay, he told you just like the man that was panted by the Nahar, the stream of water, what was he gonna do? He's gonna pass, that's right, in his season, it's time. That's what he telling them what they gotta do now. You gotta bear fruit in keeping with repentance. Isn't that right? Showing change. Just like you see a tree, what it do? In the wintertime, you'll see the fruit and the leaves go away. But then when the summer comes, it has to change its appearance. It's got to it's got to show resemblance of the harvest, of the time change, don't it? In the wintertime, it don't show full green leaves and fruit that's out of character, right? So it's to dissipate the leaves, the fruit. You'll see the tree bare. The tree looks almost dead.
Yeah.
But as soon as time started to change, what it do? It started to produce during this time.
That's right.
You'll see the leaves start to come out. You'll start seeing the budding, and then you'll see the fruit. It'll be as though it was never dead. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. Verse 9. Listen.
And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our Abba. For I say unto you that Elohim is able of these abund to come up benim unto Abraham.
So that's what it said. All right.
And now also the axe.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the ox. Therefore every ox which bringeth not forth to pari is hewn down and cast into the fire.
See that? That's what we start telling them. The same thing we hear Matthew tell us. We also heard Matthew record the same thing in the 7th chapter. Start talking about every tree that don't bring forth good fruit. He started telling what's going to happen, going to be cut down. So we start seeing record where it came up again. So this is what he do to the ox that don't produce in its time. And not only just bearing fruit, but the fruit has to be. And the reason you got to look at this is the same statement we heard in Barashit. He said everything it did was two, which means what he called for the similarity has to be the same. How many of y'all done ate watermelon that wasn't sweet? Was the rind still green? Did it still have a stem? Did it still favor watermelon? Was it still red in some color? But it wasn't sweet.
Right.
So that's what he's trying to tell us. You just can't bear a pari, it's got to be two.
Yeah.
So everything he told me in Barashit, remember he said was two. So he's letting them know, although you might show some production, the production you're showing has to measure up to a standard that's already been set.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Yes, sir.
I come to serve it, but do you serve good? So go wash your hands, you're digging your mouth again. So that's the stuff you have to look at and you got to consider. Ain't just any of y'all digging your nose in your hand, go wash your hands, please, folks. That's just human courtesy. Thank y'all very much. That does not bear two fruit is cut down and thrown into fire. Because you consider it to be worthless at that point. What purpose is it? To have a tree that's constantly producing fruit, but the fruit ain't no good. Get rid of it. It don't make sense to keep it. And he's telling people that this is typically, what we have to understand, this is something they already customarily do. I got a lemon tree, but they're not even good. They're terrible, So why you keep it? Cut it down. That's the same thing he look at with you. Why am I going to keep you? You're not producing good fruit. All right, verse 11. I
Indeed immerse you with ma'im unto repentance.
You see that? Unto repentance, but
He that cometh after me
is
mightier than I.
whose?
Shoes I am not worthy to bear.
Yeah.
He shall immerse you with the Ruach HaKodesh,
And,
with fire.
okay, let me see what's that. Verse 12.
Whose fan is in his hand.
So this one said his winnowing fork. This is different. Why is it saying fork? And they're saying fan. Can we look at what is a winnowing fork? I'm just curious why he run the fork versus fan. Is this a misprint? Mike said he's seen pork. He kind of like that pork just blowing in all over me. Okay. The word translated as winnowing fork in the world, English Bible, is a tool similar to a pitchfork. That's what I was thinking. Pitchfork that would be used to lift harvest wheat up into the air, into the wind. The wind would then blow away the lighter chaff, allowing the edible grains to fall to the threshing floor, a large flat surface. So you see that? That's why it's saying fork, not fan. Fan is just kind of something turning. That's what I'm thinking about. Don't y'all think about fan? Something turning, but the fork, I was wondering about that. Him forking up, because you'll see some, they'll get hay, they'll fork it up and they'll move it. But what they're saying makes sense, and we need to understand that, why he's rendering winnowing fork. So he's picking it up and he's putting it in the air. And he's allowing the wind to take away, and then the heavier of it, which is the wheat, is going to fall. The light part is going to be the chaff, which blows away with the wind.
Right.
Y'all got it?
Right.
And now you got to look at how we had to be translated. So when it goes away with the wind, which way does it go? That's tight. Let's see some. Ephesians chapter 4 at verse 12. Come on, be ready. Be ready for y'all. Come on. All right. 4 and 12.
For the perfecting of the Kodashim, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the Basar Mashiach.
And the edifying is the building up. Y'all see that? Something they got to go back and consider now with all them buildings. You see what they got to do with all them buildings, how them people got to, and see, this is something natural. They're going back, and we're referring back to what's happening in Florida, and that's not the only place. Now, what'll get you, because we see stuff standing and sitting for a period of time, we'll assume it couldn't be moved, but Yahuwah is signifying a thing that can be shaken, that can be moved. Guess what can't be moved? The debauches that can't be shaken. Everything you see shake, he said can be moved. Y'all got it? He's trying to show you the removing of it. Now they got to go back through all those buildings they put up, no matter how many, and now you got to look at the expense people put into it. What people dedicated. It was given to them. It's significant. My grandmama let me, she used to live here, and her spirit here, and I always wanted to be here and pass it to my kids. Yahuwah taking all that stuff away.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Listen, that building collapse is going to cause them to go through all those buildings and start pulling them. It ain't going to just start with Florida. Florida not the only place. Don't fool yourself. They're not the only place. White folk have built a long time. A lot of these buildings are built on the backs and the bodies of the so-called Negroes. They're not, please don't limit it to Florida. I assure you, this will not end at Florida. They're going to go through a lot of these places that's on the beach. A lot of these places have been established, and you're going to find a lot of us have been buried in these places, and the ground got to give them back up. Yahuwah gonna make them give them back up. Yeah, a lot of folks, if you tear them building down in New York, you'll be surprised how many dead people you got in them buildings. The mall done buried people, Wall Street done buried people, parking lot decks. Canada got a big thing now. Most of y'all probably ain't watched, ain't it? Oh yeah. They done found 700 something bodies in Canada. What kind of unmarked graves? What kind of have beat, robbed, and raped? You ain't gonna believe who's responsible for doing it. The Catholic Church. They got another lawsuit coming at them. They would take the so-called Indians, they will beat them and rape. I know a lot of y'all like them private schools. That's where them private schools come from. They come from them Catholic churches. Mm-hmm. They big in Africa too, where you send your kids off and you only get your kids back for the summer.
Yep.
That's how you got summer break. So what happened in years back, parents were not letting their kids go to school because during harvest time, they need them to work. School was year round. So they created summer so that way the kids could go to school in the winter. By the summer, you let them out because they were working on the field. That's why schools want to get rid of summer. Because it was only invented because of the summer. It was only invented because the parents needed to harvest. That's why you kept them out so late. But when I was coming on in summer, we didn't go back to school till September. Because you were lined up with the harvest time. October was harvest time, so kids didn't go back to school till late. Because you had them home, they were only out to harvest. Parents, a lot of kids dropped out. Older, they had to drop out. They say, ask them, well, they said, I had to work.
Yep.
I had to work, so they had to drop out. So they created summer so they wouldn't drop out. They could let them go to school during the winter time, and the kids be out in the summertime so you could harvest. So these folks start sending their kids off. In Africa, it's real big, them sending their kids to Catholic school.
Right.
These nuns would beat them, molest them until they were inferior. They were teaching they were less, and they were subhuman. That's what education does for your kids. Your kids are dumbed down because they've been taught by people that teach them they're subhuman. They dumb them down. These kids ain't going nowhere. These kids get them books, they get all the certificates you want from them people. Crackers only let you go as far as they want you to go. That's why we here now and we educate and we trying to create a way for our kids so they don't have to be demonized by these people. Your oppressor educated you. What were they expecting for the Catholic Church? Now Canada, their own people are pushing them now to make them stand up and get up and admit that they've done those people wrong. They talking about the Indians, care about no damn Indian. I'm talking about us.
That's right.
All that stuff made up. The Indians ought to be pissed with the Spaniard who created them.
Yep.
They ain't got no time. The Indians, look, the Indians are probably what? 1,600 probably people came into place somewhere around there, 1,400 maybe. By then, the Negro been here.
Yeah.
Now, go tell the white man to trace that date back to Barashit. None of these folks can trace themselves back. Everybody was black.
That's right.
All these other colors that done stemmed off of these folks, your ass just hallelujah your ass out here some other time. These people ain't got no time period on themselves worth a damn.
That's right.
Right. Right here talking about they far back no millions of years ago. Where you get that million years ago calendar from? Telling that lie. Can't even damn find who killed that little Ramsey girl in
That's
Colorado. Right. Shut up telling them lies. No millions of years ago. They don't want to believe that shit. Dinosaur walk around. Who the hell you know can kill a dinosaur? With a rock? How the hell you kill a pterodactyl? Damn thing sit bigger than building. What nigga you know kill a pterodactyl? You tell me all these people right, they ain't sit up, you know they wrote, oh shit, something that flew me down to cover the whole mountain. It's getting in there. Right. I'm gonna write it.
That's right.
Jurassic, you see how big that shit is? Yeah. Who you know? You ain't got no gun and no bomb. You explain me how you kill them. A woolly mammal and you still got elephants here.
Right.
Nigga, is you serious? Elephants still here. How the hell you kill out woolly mammal and left elephants? Mm-hmm. Saber-tooth tiger. Shit longer than 2 tables. 4 tables. You killed a saber-tooth and left the regular tiger here. And the lion. Does any of that really make sense if you use your common sense? Lion, tear their ass up, they go out there, but you don't kill a saber-tooth tiger. How big they claim a woolly mammal? Bosley, give me a favor, one of y'all. Pull up and see if they can show a comparison to the size of a woolly mammal and an elephant. Elephant, the biggest mammal on the ground, on the earth today, and they couldn't kill them all. With guns, tanks, and everything, nigga on foot, taking out pterodactyls. I want to see do they show the comparison how big he was to an elephant? Look at this shit right here. What nigga you know run up on this? The white man, nothing but a liar. Prehistoric animal. Do y'all see the, which one you got? Oh, the woolly mammal and the elephant the same size? According to them. Look at this shit here. Are you serious? And you butt naked? Why this nigga ain't got no woolly mammal tent? Look at this thing. Are y'all serious? Did that make sense? And the elephant's still here.
Yeah.
I don't know what this. I ain't know. The reason why you ain't gonna find no real good pictures of it because the shit don't exist.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
That's too. How many of y'all young people tell the truth? How many of y'all thought dinosaur were here? Go ahead and tell the truth. Does it make sense they could kill a woolly mammal that damn 2 and 3 times the size of the elephant and can't even kill off the elephant? They killed us. Can't I see a picture of the saber-tooth tiger? Oh, look at it right here. Are you serious? You ain't got no plane, no helicopter, and you tell me you killed him? Now we know man was here. Man was giant. He extinct man. He took man down. Now we got writings about man. We got bones with man. 20 feet. 12. I used to be an Anakin. We got him back. A lot of y'all around here don't realize y'all were Anakin. Y'all descendant of them giant people. Look at him. How the hell did he get a name talking about saber-tooth? They just save your ass. Mm-hmm. He don't need to save no tooth, especially when he eating people up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe folks coming to most shit I've said. And how he still been around him?
Right. Right.
I don't believe none of these white folks say. Mm-hmm. Y'all young folks don't believe. And then always a white, look at him. No damn way he supposed to eat his ass up off the rip.
That's right.
Like, what the hell is this? Oh, that's saber-tooth. I got that loser tooth. I'm so confused. I don't pay this. Man, these folks were confused. Y'all don't believe none of this stuff.
None of it.
Y'all still letting them folks stop making fool out of you. Yes, there are animals that have instinct, but as large as them things here and what kind of damage them things can do, where the man that they killed them? Why we ain't got no writings of them?
Right.
Right.
Somebody should have wrote about one of them things. Do y'all know how big that ship would have been that time? They said the ship that Noah built had to been like the Titanic size. You put 2 of them damn woolly mammoths on there? You got to put 4 of them. You got to put the male and his female. Mm-hmm. 4 of them damn pterodactyls? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. That damn thing got to do that down here. Shit gonna shoot the walls out.
That's right. That's right.
One window?
That's right.
Man, gonna lose their damn mind in there.
Right.
Y'all understand that 4 elephants and 4 woolly mammoths? That tight, man. Well, that's what they tell people don't want to think. All I try to tell y'all do, use your head on some stuff, okay? Right. Somebody should have wrote it. Somebody need a picture. I draw, this is all we got to do. If you go to Mizraim, them, they had some of the oldest writing literature, correct? Why nobody ain't putting none of this shit up in hieroglyphs? Why you don't find nothing in hieroglyphs? Because these people come up telling you this shit. You didn't have cameras. The only thing you had the oldest writing, you gotta go back to Mizraim now. None of these people that wrote this stuff. Oh, they ain't think about that. All that stuff is a figment of the Greeks' imagination. That's all it is, a figment of the Greeks' imagination. Don't believe these people. Can we look up who got some of the oldest writing? Can we look up who has the older writing? I know we'll say, but people won't believe us. Can we look up who has the oldest writing? Especially you dealing with this stuff. You know this shit went here in America.
Boomer.
Who you said? It's got to be Mizraim and Mizraim, the Greeks. The Greeks stole their writing anyway.
He got writing older than that.
I guess writing in history. The Sumerians first developed around 3200 BC. By who are that? The Sumerians, scribes in ancient city-states. Who are they? Uruk in present-day Iraq, as a means of recording transactions. What's that? Cuneiform writing was created by using a reed stylus to make wedge-shaped, what's that? Indentions and clay tablets. So I don't believe that either. But they have had the oldest writing by these people. Let's just look. So they're claiming to be some of the oldest writings here. Cuneiform, yeah. They'll con the hell out of somebody. They didn't use, what is a form of hieroglyphs? I'm trying to find a damn saber-tooth tiger. I'm just saying, these folk write, you gotta write that shit down.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't normal, that ain't no pigeon. Your book talking about this, I seen this, the Ruach ascend in the shape of a dove. What about a pterodactyl? That'll get your attention.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl. All right, I'm just helping y'all out. Oh, this thing. So, family of the field is one of the most famous prehistoric. What kind of animal is this? Similar Don. Is that one of them crazy ass? Like, let's see what the animal look like. What is? How big this anything is? A natural history, Washington, D.C. They'll give us a size on it. That's just something that's like 18 feet. Killing smaller species. 100 centimeters. Okay, that ain't helping me out. How tall is 100 centimeters? I don't believe none of this now, for the record. I don't believe nothing these people say. They can pull a saber-tooth tiger and let him come and bite shit out of me. I still won't believe it. Leg be missing, shit be bleeding. I still don't believe it. Oh, that's what they call the saber-tooth, the saber-tooth tiger. Length of a tiger is 8.2, 13 feet. The lion is about 6, 8 feet. So what is saber-tooth? How big they saying here? Hold on for a minute. 42 million years ago.
Goodness.
11,000 years ago. And see what's bad, y'all? The rocks hadn't even been in existence for 7,000 years. It's not even been 7,000 years. For these people to give you these dates of 42 million years, somebody got it's in time recording. If you can record back to this, then somebody's got to record. Somebody's gonna draw a picture.
Right.
There's why is everybody using the lion, the eagle, and all these other birds significant? The bear, versus the saber-tooth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All these, I mean, coming down other animals you ought to be using besides them.
That's right.
If you're recording time of these great animals in their feet, why are you recording people using tigers and lions? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Falcons.
That's right. That's
I
right.
use a pterodactyl. You know what that is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, that's good, buddy. We'll be all through this stuff forever. When you're mess around, you finna shake the Amunah, some of these folks to him. What they see, they believe it now.
That's right.
Don't believe everything you see.
That's right.
Don't forget, you can write a lot like you can tell one
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, listen. For the perfecting of the Kodashim, for the holy ones, for the work of the service, to the building up of the Basar of the Mashiach, which is the body of the Mashiach. Let's see what happens. Until we all attain to the unity of the Amunah and of the knowledge of the being of Elohim, of the Elohim, to one perfect man. What they use for perfect? Shalem. Shalem man, Ish, to the measure of the stature of the fullness of the Mashiach. That's what he was looking at. Fullness is to the completion. Y'all know that? To the completion. So that's why he told me we're finished. And we shall no longer, children, who are
False.
and
Carried about.
with every
Wind.
of
Doctrine.
chaff. That's why I told you when you take the fork and put it up, which way is it going? It's going to go wherever it take it.
Right.
Because it's not stable. It's not able. The wheat falls to the ground. That's why you get the threshing floor.
Right.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
So when the wind comes, it moves it. This is what you got to remember. We talked about him. He did talk about us moving like the wind. It go where it listed. You don't know where it go, but you hear it, the sound. He did also tell you not to believe every ruach. But he told you to test it whether or not. And so when the test come, we saw them being thrown to and fro with every wind and being carried, then we already know that's chaff and not wheat.
Right.
All right? Wheat is more stable. It has a weight to where it can support itself to go where it needs to go. Y'all got it? It still keeps the same discipline regardless of the wind coming. This is the same thing he'll also tell you when it comes on your armor now when you talk about building. Hello? Let's see what happened. Let's jump back to Matthew right quick. Matthew chapter 7. We left off verse 19 and verse 20.
20.
Let's say 7 and 20. Listen.
Wherefore, by their pari ye shall know them.
See, you shall recognize them by their pari. All right?
Not every one that saith unto me, Adon, Adon, shall enter into the Malkuth of Shamayim.
But
He that doeth the will of Abi, which is in Shamayim.
he said that's how you're going to recognize, not by everyone's speech, but you're going to recognize them by their behavior. Y'all got it? Because they're going to be doing the will of. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. 22.
Many will say to me in that yom, Adon, Adon, have we not Naba in thy Shem? And in thy Shem have cast out
Shadim.
Shadim,
For demons. Shadim.
and in thy Shem done many wonderful works.
See that? They ask him a question. Have we not done these things? Listen.
And then will I profess unto them,
Hold on. They ain't got 23.
and then will I profess unto them,
Answer them saying,
I never knew you.
Do what?
Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
lawlessness. You didn't stay with the Torah. You didn't keep the instruction. So he said that's how you're going to be able to see who is of him and who's not. So there are a lot of people that are knobbing in his name, they're doing different works and different acts in his name, but he said he's going to confess to these people he never knew them because he's looking at their works. Let's see. 24. Listen.
Therefore, whosoever shama these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise ish,
I will compare him to a wise man. Who?
built his bed
Where?
upon a sewer,
Let's see what happened. On a rock. All right.
and the rain descended,
See that? And
the floods came,
the streams flooded.
and the winds blew,
And
beat upon that bed,
they touched that bed.
and it fell not,
Why?
for it was founded upon a sewer.
Well, let's see what happened. Verse 26.
And every one that shama these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish ish,
That what?
built his bed upon the sand.
Uh-oh. Let's see something. Verse 27. What happened?
And the rain descended,
And,
the floods came, and the winds blew,
and
beat upon that bed,
they encountered their house.
and it fell.
And what happened?
And great was the fall of it.
He said, and it collapsed was great. You know what's interesting? That condo that fell is actually on the water down there. Mm-hmm. It's on the beach. You know what they're actually trying to count that fall too? The fact that that seawater was washing up under them. And it got to the foundation. That's what they're trying to count. It's built on the ocean. They're trying to say one extreme that they have that's going is that seawater had been washing under, hitting it. And great was the collapse of that house. Who would imagine Mr. Who allowed something like this to happen so we could see? Which means there are certain engineering things that you're told. That's why you hire people like engineers in certain areas. You're going to put up bridges because there are things they have to give an account to. When you build, you just can't build because it's sunny. You got to build in anticipation. Rain will come. You do soil tests. You want to see how stable things are before you put them in. Then you want to look at how far you need to go down and anchor and secure it, so to be able to stand. You're anticipating wind. You're anticipating things around it. These people didn't do a good anticipation. They didn't. And then when it came back and it was examined, it was checked. And the only reason it makes sense that they were coming back and checking these buildings periodically, because they had to account for some things over a course of time. How does it stand over duration? And the reason why I say that, that's why we had to go back over things. When we first established ourselves, we might have been good and we followed protocol, but over a course of time, guess what? Storms came in, unanticipated storm. Sometimes you say, people don't realize they'll build to a certain extent. You'll build to, say, up to 85-mile-an-hour winds. That's why Florida don't do a lot of high rises. You want to kind of stay low, because you got to anticipate when the hurricanes come and they're hitting, and they topple. So when they start to topple, it can pull over and do damage. So you typically gonna kind of be a low-lying buildings. It's not a whole lot of big high rise. You don't want to do that. You don't do New York building in Florida. That's gonna be dumb. Am I correct? You're gonna look for anticipation. You gotta account for, you're gonna have a lot of destruction. So they'll build more lower lying, and they had to consider how far they can dig, because you basically sitting on the water. All these things gotta give an account when you're trying to put something there. Do we actually sit down and count what we have to do when it come down to us being saved? Because sometimes they'll get winds that coming in. For whatever reason it is, we got a 110-mile-an-hour wind coming in. We didn't build for that stability. We built up to 90. Then you got stuff coming in, and when it hit land ground, it might drop, and some stuff might pick up and be higher. And then you got to anticipate over a course of time, how long were you anticipating this coming in? How many years? Before eventually it can be built for 90-degree wind, for 90-mile-an-hour wind, but how long can he build to sustain that hit? Y'all got me?
Yes, sir.
That's why we had to come in here weekly, and we had to keep coming in. We keep reassessing to make sure we can stand as it gets hotter, as it gets colder, as it gets rougher, as people get sicker. We try to make sure you can take the duration of it.
Yeah.
That's why we go back and we look at all this stuff trying to consider. Now when you look at this and he tell you about that person building, this person will build it on the ocean. For whatever reason it is, the most popular building there is where? On the beach. So he said, let's start looking at these people whether or not this was wise or not. So now we start considering with us. Because now this is what you got to consider. You building around people. And you ain't going to believe it. He referred to the people as water. Mm-hmm. So these people continue to stay in your ear. These people continue to try you. How much are you going to be able to take? Before you fall. Unless you really built on something that's stable. So you got to think about it. When they look at building on a rock, where would this rock typically at? Huh? In the outer mouth. That's right, deep. That's why they had to put Yahusha in the ground. That's why he told you that this was the stone. Because you typically take rocks from out of the ground. That's why they had to put him in the arise. Why you think they refer to him as the stone? Because we took him out of the arise. So now when you build, he told you what happened. What a wise each does, that's where he builds at. And when he builds in anticipation of what? Based on where I'm at, I'm going to get high winds. I'm subject to water coming in. I'm subject to criticism. I'm subject to ridicule. I'm subject to people hating me and other things happening. So I have to build for that stability.
Right.
I got to have enough stability about myself that I don't fall. And I look at the principal thing that I have to use in using that rock is the idea. This is not actually physical now. Physical in nature when it was first given to him, but now we start looking at how we refer to it as something we understand. This is a behavior we have to take on. This is a mindset. This is an idea you have to buy into. That our confidence is so strong on this bond, this stone. Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. To our belief is that whatever comes, we won't move and we won't be shaken. Hello?
Sir.
I don't want to die and be a transgressor. I don't want to run and don't get to where I'm trying to go. I don't want to believe something and find out later it's wrong. So we come and we trying to look at how do we fix a wrong that we've done. The way we operate, the way we thought, the way we function, and now we turn and be willing to let all that go just so we can make sure we get it right. It ain't about trying to please people, it's about trying to please our Creator. That's just being honest. That's the first most important thing. And you ain't gonna believe it. Everybody here, watching in, sitting here, other people here, everybody not serious about it. Some people just to a point. Some people just to a certain level. I don't care what they hear, what they do. This is as far as they're gonna go. You have to be willing to go further than the next person. That's just being honest. Everybody, it ain't that serious. I mean, whatever happens gonna happen anyway, right? You can't control nothing anyway, right? But he's giving you an opportunity to make a decision. And when your decision don't correspond and don't coexist with what he told you, then it's gonna cause you some hurts later. It's gonna cause you some destruction, and you have to give an account to it. If this is the way we're gonna follow, we gotta make sure we understand it. Because this man has set himself against some of us. Y'all got it? This man will set his face against you. This man will set you up for falling and for a defect. It's that important that we acknowledge that we're coming to see a man and we're coming to ask knowledge of a man that can turn around and can set you up in a situation where, you know what, this ain't gonna work for your tube. Let's see the 14th chapter book of your cause of call. They call Ezekiel. I know y'all tired. How I know that? That's right, you see him. I'm tired too, but I gotta get this right. Yeah. Don't wait till you die now and try to get it right. Your cards are called 14. Where are we at? 14 to 1. What's that? Let's just look at this. Listen. All right, listen.
Then came certain of the Zakanim of Yasharal unto me, and sat before me.
Okay.
And the Debar of Yahuwah came unto me, saying,
What happened?
Ben of Adam, these Anashim has set up their idols in their lob,
And then what?
put the stumbling block of their iniquity before their pani.
What happened?
Should I be inquired at all by them?
Should I at all be sought by them? Now these people done came to him. The elders have came to inquire this man, information and knowledge. But he let him know off the rip, these guys have some things that they have in their inward parts. These things that they have are stumbling blocks and hindrance to them. And these people have come to me expecting to hear from me. That's what he let them know before he spoke to them. That these people, they're not right. And you know, just say, I mean, why? At least they show up. At least they come. Don't you get some kind of effort for that? Like, you know, when they look at, they get grade participation in school. You get a grade just for showing up. SAT, you give you a grade, 300 points for getting your name right. Or writing your name on the paper, which is just stupid. I'm gonna give you points for writing your damn name. Okay? This elementary stuff you do for elementary kids. But he let him know that these men have set their idols in their hearts and have put the stumbling blocks of their wrongdoing before their faces. They see it. Should I at all be sought by them? Let's see. Verse 3, 4. Listen.
Therefore speak unto them, and say unto them, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim,
Well,
every
the
east
Don, he will say the Don, Yahuwah. Every ish
of the Beth Yasharal
who,
sitteth up his idols in his lob,
yeah,
and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his pani, and cometh to the Nabi, I, Yahuwah, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols.
this is your reply. Let's see. So,
That I may take the Beth Yasharal in their own lob, because they are all estranged from me through their idols.
how many of them? He said, all of them. Listen.
Therefore say unto the Beth of Yasharal, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim,
Well, he said, my done.
my Adon,
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah,
Do what?
repent,
And
turn yourselves from your idols, and turn away your panim from all your abomination.
that's tight. Let's see what happened.
For every one of the Beth of Yasharal, or of the stranger that sojourneth in Yasharal,
The immigrant. Who?
which separateth himself from me, and setteth up his idols in his lob, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his pani, and cometh to the Nabi to inquire of him concerning me, I, Yahuwah, will answer him by myself.
He said, I'm going to answer him myself. Let's see what happened.
And I will set my pani against that ish, and make him a sot and a mashali, and I will cut him off from the mindset of my arm, from the midst of my arm, and ye shall know that I am Yahuwah.
He said, I'm going to cut him off from the middle of my people. All right, verse 9.
And if the Nabi be deceived,
Hold on now. If the who?
Nabi be deceived,
And
when he hath spoken a thing,
it is who?
I, Yahuwah, have deceived that Nabi.
And
I will stretch out my hand upon him.
and
I will destroy him from the midst of my arm, Yasharal.
man, I wonder why he gave me the wrong information. Interesting. 10.
And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the Nabi shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
So they shall bear the iniquity as the iniquity of the acquirer, so the iniquity of the Nabal shall be. All right. Listen.
That the house of Yasharal may go no more astray from me, neither be polluted any more with all their transgressions, but that they may be my arm, and I may be their Elohim, saith the Adam Elohim.
Verse 12.
That the bar of Yahuwah came again unto me, saying,
That's good. How many of y'all understand that? How many of y'all don't understand it? Look up what a stumbling block is for. Let's find out about a stumbling block. Go to Google. Stumbling block, a circumstance that causes difficulty or hesitation. How many of y'all had a different meaning for stumbling block? About stumbling block, what is it? Stumbling block. So I go with what the word says on a block, a piece of wood or something, and it caused you to fall or trip. And he said that's what they did. They put a circumstance that causes difficulty or hesitation. This is what Abraham was known for not doing. You know why they had a problem? Why he had a problem with them? Because once I seen somebody come through and do it, then I know it's possible.
Right.
I know it's possible. You don't understand. You ain't never been in that situation. You don't know what it's like. You ain't never had you. Once people come through and done it, now you don't have an excuse when you get when he take you down. So now when you come to inquire, he said, I'm going to answer you. I'm going to answer you because of what you've done, because of how you've been operating. You hadn't gotten that stuff out of your law. You still got that same operating in your mind, and your behavior ain't changed, but yet you coming to inquire. And he said, when you come to inquire, I'm going to answer you myself. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
He said, these people came and they asked and they're looking, but that's not what they want. They figure if I just go and try to see the thing that we have to do, and the same thing that Yehukanan looked at when Parashino came to his immersion. He just took them down in the water, didn't he? What did he want to do?
Before fruit, before repentance.
He told them about themselves first. He
Yeah.
called them broods of snakes. Why would he do that? Because I already know what you've been doing. And now you're coming to try to get yourself immersed. Who warned you to come? Who warned you? He called them right there. He ripped them when they got there. Your cars are called sitting here looking at you. Before he could answer, Yahuwah said, These guys already got stuff in their log. These guys already got circumstance that's going on that's hindering them and causing them to hesitate before you speak to them. And because they come to inquire me and they know that these things are going and they can clearly see them before their face, I'm going to answer them. I'm going to answer them. And when I answer them, I'm going to answer them by you. And you know what I'm going to do to the inquirer? What do you say you're going to do to him? The inquirer and the person that they inquired it of, I'm going to give you guys the same punishment. This puts the bar in a bad situation. That's tight. That's tight. Let's see something. Pick me up at the 21st chapter of the book of Matthew, 21:11. Listen,
And the multitude said,
the crowd said,
"This is Yahusha, the Nabal of Nazareth of Galilee."
that's tight, Lee. What did they say?
This is Yahusha, the Nabal of Nazareth of Galilee.
Who said it?
The multitude said.
Matthew chapter 21. (22). See 22 and 11. Hold on. 19. Drop down to 19. Said I won't. No. So, what is that? 40. 22:40. Oh, y'all still in 21. That's my problem. Yeah, you're still in 21. I'm sorry, 22. Pastor Dexter said it. That's amazing. Hold on for a minute. Justin, how long you gonna hop between? He talking about preacher. You know what happened? When Dexter called that chapter 9, he looked at, yeah, I'm gonna move preacher loser. he thought, yeah, you were losing. He back over there now. 22, what I said, 22 and 11? Hold on. No, drop down to 11. Let me say that what I want. I told you 19. No. Let me have 42. Give me 40. 22:40. Give me 37. Since we're right now. All right, let's see. 22, 37. Back it up 35. Let's see. Listen.
Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, saying,
Hold on. Go ahead.
Adon, which is the greater Amar of the Torah,
Let's say teacher him, Moray. Listen.
Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt Ahab the Adon thy Elohim with all thy lob, and with all thy nephash, and with all thy mind.
That's all your knowledge.
This is the first in great Amar,
That's tight. Listen,
and the second is like unto it.
similar to it.
Thou shalt ahab thy Ra'ah as thyself.
Can we back to 37 again? Oh, that's good. When he asked him about what did he want to know? 36.
36.
That's good. Murray, which one is the greatest Amar in the Torah? 37. And he said to him, you shall, Yahuwah,
Your Elohim.
with all your, what was the problem with these people that can't inquire?
Had these they law, they idols.
Idols in the law.
So you wouldn't be possible for you to do it with all your law. Stumbling block right there before their face, so they wouldn't be possible for them to have all their mind focused on that. That's when people come here, they be daydreaming off doing other stuff because they got other stuff. But you need to know that Yahuwah is going to answer you. He's going to answer you. People been waiting for answers. You don't get your answer. And it's got to fall just like he said, under the bar, with all your nefash and with all your knowledge. So this is what's going to hurt you. How you going to do this when you don't know him? That's another problem you got. How much knowledge you got to do it? With all your knowledge, how much knowledge do you have? That's why he said written in the bond, Nabaim. What they supposed to do?
All be taught.
So how's you gonna be able to do it with all your knowledge? You ain't been taught by him. You can't. Okay? 38.
This
Go-
is the first in great Amar,
Okay.
and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt ahab thy Ra'ah as thyself.
Go ahead.
On these two Amar hang all the Torah and the Nabaim.
41.
While the Parashim were gathered together, Yahusha asked them, saying, what think ye of Mashiach? Whose ben is he? They say unto him, the ben of Daud. He saith unto them, how then doth Daud in Ruach call him Adon, saying, Yahuwah said unto my Adon, sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If Daud then call him Adon, how is he his being?
So what happened from him?
No Ish was able to answer him at the bar, neither durst any Ish from that Yom forth ask him any more questions.
Y'all hear what happened? It's from that day forward, nobody was asking him any more questions. What did that tell us? So what now? No, it tells us that they had been asking him questions. And from that day forward, nobody asked him any more questions. They had been asking him questions. All right, come on to Matthew 27, 38. (27, 37).
And set up over his head his accusation writ, Katab, this is Yahushua, the Malak of the Yahudim.
What happened?
Then were there two thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand and another on the left.
Let's see.
And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads, and saying, thou that destroyest the Mashkan, and builded it in Shalishi Yamim, save thyself. If thou be the Ben of Elohim, come down from the two.
Y'all see that? Come down from the crucifix. Likewise,
Also, the Raj Kohanim mocking him with the scribes and Zakanim said, he saved others, himself he cannot yasha. if he be the Malak of Yasharal, let him now come down from the two, and we will among him.
What happened?
He trusted in Elohim. Let him deliver him now, if he will have him.
Mm-hmm.
For he said, I am the Ben of Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
The thieves also, which were crucified with him, cast the same in his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Now from the 6th hour there was Kashak over all the Arats unto the 9th hour.
Stop. Go back up to 36. 36. $35. Okay. 35. Listen.
And they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the Nabah.
What did they do?
They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots.
And what happened?
And sitting down, they watched him there.
Do what now?
And sitting down,
They did what?
they watched him there.
What did I just tell y'all?
They had some
They
before
set the
the
stumbling block right before their face. And these men had the stumbling block right there in their face. They had other intents in their log. And they came to inquire. He told them, so as the punishment of the person that inquired, so it's going to be the punishment of the person they inquired of. That's tight. At 15 and 24 of the book of Yehukanai. Make it 15:22. Listen.
If I had not come and spoken unto them,
What happened?
they had not had kata.
But
Now they have no cloak for their kata.
that's tight. Because Yahuwah said when they came to sit down before him, he said, I'm going to answer them. And he was going to punish them because they came to inquire. And he spoke. He said, I, Yahuwah, he said, I'm going to speak to them. And he spoke to them because they had kata. Had he not spoken to them, they wouldn't have had it. He said, but now they don't have no excuse for it. They can't escape it now. There was no way for them to get around it. They came and they wanted to know. They said, let's sit back. And they asked you, and let's see whether Yahuwah going to answer. That's right. They stumbling block messed them up. The fact they put him on the tree, they didn't realize what they were doing. The cause of call had already told them. So these men that set him before you to inquire me, he said they got the stumbling block right in their face. And they said in their log. He said, now they came to inquire me, I, Yahuwah, will answer them. And so at the punishment for the inquirer, so it's going to be the punishment of the person they inquired it of. So your cause of call had to look here and look at what he was going to get these people and tell them. The same thing was going to happen to him. Let's see what he told you. 15:23.
He that hateth me, hateth my Abba also. If I had not done among them the works which none other each did, they had not had kata. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Abba.
So what happened? On 25?
But this cometh to pass, that the debar might be fulfilled, that was katab in their Torah. They hated me without a cause.
Hold on. The reproach of them that reproached thee fell on me. The reproach of them that reproached thee fell on me. Why did I come over here? Reproach of them that reproached me fell on me. Why did I come to 15:24? The reproach of them that reproached thee fell on me. I can't remember that one.
Romans 15.
15 and 3. Romans 15 and 3. Right above 4. 15 and 1. My memory. Romans 15 and 1. Let's see. Listen.
We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak,
And not,
let to please ourselves.
listen what happened. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmity of them that are weak, and not to please ourselves. For even,
Let every one of us
oh,
please his Ra'ah for his tube to edification.
see that? Let's see what he told. For edification is for what?
Building up.
Building up. That's important. We started talking about it out the rip. Building up. And the only reason why this is going to make sense for you about your neighbor, because this is the second most important part of your Amar.
Right.
1, contingent upon your relationship with him. 2, contingent upon your relationship with your Ra'ah. That's how you keep harmony.
Right.
The reason why a lot of us here have disharmony and we have dysfunctional relationship, 1, you're not in harmony and sync with your creator.
Right.
And you're not in harmony with your Ra'ah, your neighbor.
Right.
And then you also nature against you at that point.
Right.
You gotta be, that's the only way you keep the soil. That's how you keep everything flowing and functioning. See, let me tell you something. Even with martial arts, to martial is to rule over. The name itself is kind of self-explanatory of why you take it. Most people don't learn discipline. It's about disciplines. It's about you being able to become superior over somebody else. That's what he did when he put Adam in the garden. Adam knew martial arts. That's all he did. He knew how to be superior over.
Right.
He knew how to control. When you learn martial art, you watch a lot of movements, a lot of it is going to be in tune with nature and flow. Flowing like rivers, like water. A lot of your discipline going to come from different things you see. That's about putting things in harmony, learning how chi and different energy forces move.
Right.
Learning how to hit and get something to move without so much effort. First thing we try to get home, they'll try to look at, let's say, hypothetical. I'm going to try to knock you out, hypothetical.
Right.
And a lot of times it's not about how much power, it's about hitting certain pressure points.
Right.
That he'll give into. Because all I'm trying to do is break where his body is flowing in sync. I'm trying to get his body to break that one pattern that makes him, ooh. You trying to hit him from down here and show how strong you are, and you be able to damn near hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you never want to hit a hard surface with a hard hand. You're fighting against. You'll take the softer part and you want to hit his face than you would with this. That's why most people break their hand because it's dumb as hell anyway. Mm-hmm. You would take a softer part and be more effective. You'll take the harder part of your hand and you'll want to punch in the softer part of his body and be more effective. But most of you wouldn't know that anyway. Don't worry about it. So a lot of things about breaking where his body's in harmony, throwing it off. That's how you'll get your opponent to fall. So that's going to be called a form of martial arts. You got what I'm saying? So that's the same thing you're learning now. How to learn how to make things flow so they work and you don't want flow to break. You got it? Mm-hmm. That's why sometimes people want to build by rivers. They'll say, no, you got to be X amount of so many yards. Why, that's dumb. I don't be, because you're going to break a flow. See, it's a pattern going here now. I want to try to, what I'm trying to do is I want to just dig from that river and bring that water. You can't. You're going to take away from something because, see, livelihoods are based off of this. Y'all got to say, it's a lot of creatures that depend on it. It's a lot of plants, vegetation, bugs, and once you cut and you move it, you're going to take away from where it flows. Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. So that's the whole thing of what we've been trying to learn how to do, how to flow with a harmony. The harmony first started with him because he's the one that set the paradigm. So he said, I can tell you how to stay in shalom with the people around you.
Right.
First of all, don't make no deals with them. Anybody come, hey man, you lied to me, you brought. I said, never fooled you in the first place. He learned how to set them somewhere and learn, they had to learn something, that other things exist around you. You can't change and take everything out around you. That's why he told him when you came and you appeared, you do what I told you, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be an enemy to whoever an enemy with you. You're going to find you have a little less enemy if you stay your ass out of stuff.
Right.
That's why Yahusha, he told about the man what happened, who stay his ass out of their shit.
Right. Right.
Get out of their shit. I got one partner, and the reason why we've been partners so long, because we don't be going place and doing stuff.
Yes, sir. That's right.
My kid, am I making this up? Been partners, because you know I learned, you stay out that shit.
Right.
We doing business. I ain't got to come to your house, you can come, I ain't got to spend out your house. We ain't doing it, we doing business. Keep it business. The more we start each other's shit, the better stuff flow and stuff work. Keep a better energy. He taught him that. Abraham didn't get involved with everybody. He got with people he got certain commitment with that did certain things that were conducive to what he was doing. One other thing you'll find when he told you about how he'll be an enemy to your enemy and all these things that work, he said, now I'm going to wipe these people out. Okay? How am I do it?
Little by little.
Because then it's going to become unstable. You can move too much dirt, too much land, and it become unstable.
Right.
So if I kill out all these people at one time, he said, just watch over a course how I'm going to be removing them. As you multiply, I'll be taking them down. You multiply, I'll be taking. You know why your enemy outnumber you? Because you haven't been in sync with me. You haven't been in sync with your neighbor, your radar. So shit just been working against you. He said, my God said he was going to take all my enemies out. But they keep multiplying. So why you think that is? See, you were supposed to be multiplying. They were going to be decreasing. Mm-hmm. Once you got in sync and in harmony with him. Once you got in sync and harmony with your king and y'all cool, things were supposed to work for you. Then nature's going to work towards you. So a lot of stuff we ain't got to do. Yahuwah could take them out with a whirlwind. All the fight wasn't their physical fight. Some fight he took them out with disease. Some fight he took them out where they killed themselves.
Right. That's right.
Because they got in tune with him.
That's right.
So the disruption came on their end.
Right.
The confusion, perplexity was on their end and not on our end. You know, we got so many people with mental health, mental problems, because you haven't been in tune with him.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, when you come to inquire, he said, I got to answer you.
That's right.
Because I already know what's been in your log. I got folks here worried about eating ass. I got folks mind, behavior, everywhere other where it need to be at. I got folks, I'm talking about just told your stumbling block is right in your face, your iniquity right in your law, and you don't realize it's going to hurt you. This man is going to take you down. This man is not working favorably to you. He's working against you to shut you down. And these people still want to hear it. Now, just have to be honest with y'all. For each one of us seek the pleasure of his, for his, in order to build him up. This ain't nothing else. This is not something that Yahusha been confused about.
No, sir.
5 commandments for him, 5 commandments for your neighbor.
Come on.
How you supposed to harm your neighbor?
As thyself.
Well, this ain't hard. I want the best for me, I want the best for you.
Come on.
So when you tell me to please my neighbor, they think, man, I ain't worried about kissing nobody ass. Nobody told you to kiss nobody ass.
That's right.
He ain't told you to eat no ass.
That's right.
He tell you this is part of this is the ecosystem. You do right by me and do right by them, then nature gonna favor you. Things are gonna work for you. People are gonna be concerned about you because you're concerned about other people. I'm putting you in harmony. Everybody killing for a magical spirit. Watch it shut all my enemy mouth. Now when you done caused this shit, you're not in harmony with him, you're not in harmony with the people among you, how's that supposed to work? These people worry about something. He set a discipline. That's it. He's not going to break that system. When all this weather started, these folks talking about, they keep saying global warming. These dumbass at me, how your ass me in a room going to fix the global warming? You can't fix that. Money is not the problem. It's because of your money why you had this problem. What did he tell you about it? It's the love of it. These folks will love money, and a lot of times how they get money is corrupt. The people they're with are corrupt. So now it's your stumbling block. It hurts you. Now you got to suffer. Verse 3. For even the Mashiach did not ask pleasure for
himself,
but as it is
the top
The reproaches
of those
who
reproach you
fell where?
on me.
That's why he told you Kazakal, Ben Ish. The Zakanina came and sit before you to inquire of me. He said, shall I be inquired of them when they put the stumbling block in their own face? When it's in their own law? He said, I tell you what, I'm going to answer them. And when I answer them, what's going to happen to them? The same thing going to happen to the person they came to ask to inquire of. So your Kazakal had to look there and realize, I got to suffer because of them.
That's right.
You telling me the wrong that these people did is going to fall on me?
Yep.
That's what Yahusha recognized.
That's right.
See how it makes sense?
Yes, sir.
You got to believe it.
That's right.
That's why the book told you they sat down to watch him now. They were looking at the stumbling block.
Right.
Because you know what they had put in their law? We want this man to die. We want to put him on a tree and hang him. And how nobody paid attention, he told you it was a stumbling block. He let them know this was a stumbling block, which made it difficult for them. It was very difficult for them because of the stumbling block. Why you think them people, he told them folks about to think not to have themselves that they had Abraham to their Abba? Yahushua asked them that. Why would he tell them that? And think not to say you have Abraham to your Abba?
And,
10? Okay, so we left off at 10. All right, listen.
And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the Nabal shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
Now you can see why he said the reproach of them that reproached thee fell on me. That's why they told you the multitude said that he was a Nabal. He already knew what was going to happen. See, certain things that people think that they were just saying, they weren't just saying it. It was significant to him because he already knew what happened. These people kept coming to him, asking him questions. Let me ask you something. Who we should get it to? The whole time he looked at them folks coming to him, you know what he knew?
happened to him.
This is going to come back on me.
Yep.
This is going to come back on me.
Yep.
Because I know that they never came to me for no good reason. Hey, come on, quick. We just caught that woman committing adultery. What we should do? That's why he just sat on the ground and just keep writing.
Right.
I already know where it's going.
Right.
See, nobody ain't paid attention. Did
Right.
it? The whole time, why he look at because he already know. I know where it's going.
Wow.
I know where it's going. They keep inquiring of me. And every one of them got their stumbling block. Every one of them got their iniquity right in their law. And Yahuwah's going to answer them. That's why they sat there and they told her, wait, let's see whether Yahuwah answering. Little did they know. Little did they know. All right, verse 11. Listen.
That the bed of Yasharal may go no more astray
You
from,
said so that they may no longer go astray from me and
neither be polluted.
no longer defile themselves with their transgressions?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
But that they may be my own.
And
I may be their Elohim.
declares who?
Yahuwah Elohim.
Guess what you realize? With the Nabal being punished like that, it was going to cause the people to come back. That's what he just told them. I'm going to give the Nabal the same punishment I'm going to give the people. He said, so they'll stop going astray. That they'll be an arm to me, and I'll be an Elohim to them. That's why you can see why it happened. And you know why he realized he had to let it happen? Because he was already taught that every man supposed to seek the pleasure of his real than of his own self.
Right.
See, the Torah was his guide to keep him to do it. This is what you guys need to realize, you need to understand, okay? You wait on a magical power to come and hit you. There is none. It's just the stability of you staying with the book. That's it. He stayed with the book. Was this something new to him? No. It's already part of the teaching. That you were supposed to harm your neighbor just like yourself. Would you want that to happen to your neighbor? Whatever you want to happen to your neighbor, how many of y'all want to burn in Sheol? Then you shouldn't want it for your neighbor.
That's right.
How many of y'all want somebody to commit adultery with your spouse? Then you shouldn't want it for your neighbor.
That's right.
How many of y'all want to die a horrible death? You should want it for your neighbor.
That's right.
That's why it was easy for him to do it. It's already part of the teaching. A man before they even told you, he said, reproaching them that reproached thee fell on me. He already told you some things first about him. That we then that are what was again? Ought to do what? When Daoud numbered the people. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
And he asked 3 things. Nathan came and asked him 3 things to require. He said, let me now fall into the hands of Yahuwah.
That's right.
He said, because my enemies are cruel. And what did Yahuwah do to him? He did what to Daoud? What did Daoud tell him?
In Benin.
Who's stronger than them? He said, let it fall on us. He said, let it fall on me and let it fall on my bed. That's why Yahusha said, it fell on me. Because he said, we did not are strong. That's who ought to bear it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
That's who should bear it.
That's right. That's right.
So the Philistines, they let Shamshun go. They ain't want him. They got the people. Why did they get Shamshun?
Strong.
He was stronger. He should have been the one to bear it.
Yeah.
That's why Yehuda went up and got him.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
This need to fall on you.
Yeah.
These people rule over us.
Yeah.
He told what he said. Hell no.
Yeah.
One of y'all little sorry weak ass. He said, no, you go ahead and you just don't do it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You just give me your debate that you won't do it.
That's
Give me your
right.
words you won't do it.
That's right.
That's right. They tied him and delivered him to him. That's right. Let's see what happened. See, the whole purpose of the boss suffering this was so that, and putting it on the Zakani and moving him, so that the Beth of Yashral may no longer stray from me. See, even when it happened, it worked for your benefit.
Right.
You wouldn't pay attention to that. And no longer defile themselves with their
Transgression.
with their transgression. Thus they shall be to me a arm, and I shall be to them a Elohim. You were told that. He said, you were going to be a people, I was going to be your Elohim. You didn't know what the contingents were. The contingents were somebody was going to have to suffer this. So you could become an arm. So you can stop going astray. So you can stop getting yourself in transgressions, in violations. Let's see what happened. Then
The Debar of Yahuwah came again to me, saying,
I couldn't imagine. 13.
Ben of Adam, when the beds kata against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out mine hand upon it, and will break the staff of the lakam thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off each and beast from it.
Y'all see what he said? He said, I'm going to stretch out my hand against it. That's not in favor to you. That's against you.
Right.
Okay? Let's see what happened 14. Listen.
Though these 3 unashamed,
Like who?
Nuak,
Who else?
Daniel,
And
Ehud,
where?
in it, they should deliver but their own nafash by their sadiq, said Yahuwah Elohim.
What happened next?
If I cause noisome beasts to pass through the bed, and they spoil it, so that it be desolate,
He said they're going to depopulate it. They're going to come, he's going to send evil beasts that come in, they're going to eat and destroy the people. And it become what?
desolate,
Empty almost. So that,
no ish may pass through because of the beast.
look at that. Nobody stayed there because of the beast. Listen what happened.
Though these Shalishi unashamed were in it, as Akai, said Yahuwah Elohim, they shall deliver neither Beni nor Banuth, they only shall be delivered, but the bet shall be desolate.
That's why he told them, and think not to yourself to say you have Abraham, to your Abba.
That's
These 3 men couldn't say nobody but themselves. Abraham can't say nobody but him. So when I send noise and beef to come in and depopulate this place, when I send something in to destroy it, please don't think to use these people and think that's going to get you favor. They can only by their own sadiq, their own rights, deliver themselves. See, when they came to the immersion of Yugonon, they came down on the premise of, we the seed of Abraham. But he cut them off before they even come out their mouth. Please don't use this man's name. That's why he told them they had to bring forth paree that would meet for repentance.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys the same thing at him. Don't try to use nobody else. You, by your own self, can only save and deliver you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't save boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, sister, brother, mama, cousin, nobody else. All you can do is get yourself in. All three of them men that they named were men that were revered in our book. All these people got a place with us in our history. But he said every one of them couldn't save nobody but themselves. That's what he wanted them to know. When the destruction come through, when tribulation come through and persecution, please don't use these men's names. They can only deliver themselves. Now how we get delivered from these men if we take what they did and we start to implement it and take application. We apply it to our life. If these men, now this is what's key, they can't save nobody but themselves. Key, do we have writings on their lifestyle? So what would happen to us if we took on that same lifestyle?
Say that.
See, even with condemnation, he give you answer out. He never left us that. See, that was the whole premise. Everything that man came back to, think what this. He never changed his writings. Let me see. And with many other words did he testify and exalt, saying,
Save yourself.
let EU, let Newark, and Daniel do what? Where was Shaul, Chaff, who they call me? Why would he tell you to save yourself?
That's all you can do.
No, because you got Abraham to your Abba. Mm-hmm. He didn't say nothing different, did he?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Save yourself from who?
The untoward
Told
Tuladar.
they were backwards. Mm-hmm. Nobody told, this is what people get. Oh, grace and truth come in. What you know and what we recognize, so we got to physically behold him. But the writings always been there. They were always there. He didn't tell them people nothing no different.
Right.
Even when he came in the 6th verse of that same book, get the 6th verse. I know y'all didn't pay attention. Same book. Well, what did this say? Okay. Listen. Therefore said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Therefore say unto the Beth of Yasharal, thus said Yahuwah Elohim,
Do what?
repent,
And do what?
turn yourselves from your idols,
And
turn away your pani from all your abominations.
see, back then, he wasn't trying to save people. See, salvation didn't come to Yahusha came. See, back then, the people didn't know about deliverance.
Right.
Back then, people didn't know about how to live right and do right. Mm-hmm. You're a dumbass.
Dumb.
He's never condemned her without a way out.
That's right.
It doesn't make sense.
That's right.
It doesn't make sense if they don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
Because you read, you just keep going on punishing. But I told you what to do. There has always been a remedy.
Yep.
Do you know what the purpose was of putting those trees inside of the gun as well? They were for a remedy.
Mm.
Let me see. I gave you the leaves
That's
for.
right.
Healing
Healing
of the
nation.
nation.
That's dumb because you can't ever get sick. Why would he give you leave for the healing of a nation if you don't never get sick? Because I always gave you a remedy when a situation came up. He's always given us a remedy. That's all salvation is, a remedy. Mm-hmm. It's for sick people who can't heal themselves.
Right.
We just have to take our time. I know this long. I know y'all tired. I'm tired. I'm always tired. At the end of the day, I'm telling you what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the fact that we spent so many years just going backwards.
Yep.
I'm tired of the fact that we just wasted so much time with the idea that if you sat down, it's not even practical. It doesn't even make sense. But we accept it and we bought into it anyway, the ideology of what these people gave us. Now we're able to sit down and look and consider the matter. I mean, I was always told the difference with the New Testament was the fact that he gave us repentance. Now we had a chance. He wasn't destroying and killing us. If that's the case,
Right.
why that building just crashed on these people? These people still being destroyed. I don't know why he told you why he said my people destroyed.
Lacking knowledge.
So we still don't know what's happened to us. We living longer now, we better.
And destroy.
He hadn't took it away. I keep telling you why stuff is against you, because you don't know. So now what we supposed to do? You just came in there on your own. How you know that?
A child, and before time.
He said it's written. That all of your children are going to be taught of me. What's the purpose of him teaching you? See, back then, we ain't had that knowledge. How we had a knowledge when you read in the 6th chapter of Yahusha, that's still the Torah.
Right.
Before that, Yahusha said, all your children are going to be taught by me.
Right.
Which means so they won't be destroyed.
Right.
So how was it he didn't have repentance and condemn?
He did.
Put them in the wilderness and said, I didn't let your feet swell. I ain't let your clothes wax out. I fed you. That's not recall. In the midst of, I only put you here for people to die, to punish you. But I still fed you and kept you and you didn't get sick.
That's right.
How's that not con?
That's right.
Right.
The con, C-O-N, is the people sitting here and watching in and doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And trying to pretend like they are.
Yeah.
That's the con.
That's right.
Isn't that right? And he's going to convict you. You're going to be convicted.
Yep.
Not the chain. He's going to put you, he's going to burn you, you don't get it right.
Right.
We done played long enough. We've been going around the ridge and long enough, been believing these lies these people get. Everybody come along, all their quotations coming back from your Torah. How did he ever get rid of the Torah? He even told you, don't even think I'd have came to destroy it. I never did that. That's what the whole premise is built on. Why would I get rid of the foundation and leave the building? It's going to crumble. Don't even think it. Did not come destroy. I came
To fulfill.
get to the full stature. I came to get it to completion. We've been building, we never completed. That's what he told when he told him destroy that Mount. He said destroy it. He said, I'll build it back in 3 I mean.
That's right.
I'm going to put it back to the full stature. You know what they told him? They said 40 years it's been in building.
Yeah.
That's how long it was when that building fell in Florida. 40 years. That's what they told Yahusha. In the 2nd chapter of the book of Yahusha, he told him. He said, you're going to destroy this Mashkan. He said, I'll build it back in 3 I mean. Shalachiyun. They said 40 years they've been in rearing. And this man said he able to build it in 3 days. You see what happened to that 40-year building in Florida, ain't it? He tried to tell him you can destroy it. I can build it back.
Yeah.
They just need a foundation. You know what all of us have to do? We got to destroy how we think and how we operate so he can build it back.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for him in his mood, in his Zerah. The fact that he was going to rear it back up. In 3 I mean, he reared it up. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. I ain't going to hold y'all no more longer. Who willing. I just want y'all to do this. Please think about really, really getting it right. And quit thinking about messing around. It's an opportunity, chance that Yahuwah done gave us. He not giving to everybody.
True. That's true.
All these people not going to get it.
That's right.
There's a lot of people watching in. They can enjoy it and sit down, but they need to ask themselves, is this going to really benefit you if you don't get yourself attached and get right?
That's right.
Or you can sit back and watch and go, and you can send comment, hey, great, enjoyed it, that's the word. How you living?
Come on. Come on.
See, what a lot of people like doing is been on the sideline.
Yep.
Sideline ain't it. You want to be in the game.
the
You know what they
game.
don't do?
Yeah.
It's just like people being a fan.
Yep.
You ever see when your team win, when they come out and give everybody a trophy?
Nope.
Hold on for a minute. All them people with the uniform that wear the stuff up there, and they ain't missed the game, what them for? Don't they get them a trophy too?
No, sir.
That's a team effort.
That's right.
You know who that for? That for people that came in that practiced. That for people that been a part of, people that suffer with it, people that went out there and worked hard and played, people that got injured and played through it and couldn't play, but they put the effort in, they put the part in to get them to the championship. That's who the trophy belongs to.
Yes,
That's
sir.
who the championship belongs to.
That's right.
You can go buy a shirt and stick it on yourself, and don't you want to be one of the people that you get part of the accolades now? Truth of the matter, people just want to be sidelined, because sideline ain't got to be all the way. When they don't like something, they can walk away from it, they can quit. When you're a part of it, you got to hang in there with it.
That's right.
You got to stick with it. That's
That's
right.
right.
That's being honest. When you're a part, you stick with it.
That's right.
Ain't that right? It could be a play. He just said, how did you from it? He messed up. We lost the game. Who lost? That's what happened to your team. That's why people don't want to be a part.
Yep.
They want to run in when they win. When they win, rah! You got them folk now. All these Hawks fans. Damn folks ain't even know we had a basketball team. All of a sudden now, for my man, they done went, looked up, Googled everybody's name. That's a Hawk fan. I'm the same nigga.
Yep.
They're going to let
right.
you down. They're going to hurt you. It's an Atlanta team. I'm from Atlanta. We don't do championship
That's
teams.
right.
Atlanta said you come in, you want to make money. You don't come to Atlanta because you want no winning team. We don't do winners. That shit don't mean, how many fuck y'all seen with Hawks on their car? We're not putting that shit on our car. I didn't put that shit on no dump. Go buy no brand new Mercedes, got no losing that Hawks. No. We don't do no shit. Braid drug us in one time. They drug us in. They messed us up, pulled our heart out of the air. Like, oh, they gone. Went back next year. It took us hell. I don't know. They went, what the damn, they got 13 pennants?
Yeah.
Won one championship.
One. That's right.
All them guys on that team dead. I said, no, I'm just being honest. You don't put your heart in for the Falcons? Did y'all think I was impressed with the Falcons going to the Super Bowl? That's how shitty an Atlanta team is. We'll lead the head. There's no way I can lose no 28-point spread on your ass. No, I'll run the hell out this clock.
That's right.
It's over. Your ass gonna get so tired of what we finna do. You not finna score? That's how dumb Atlanta sports are. We got the dumbest owners, the dumbest coaches. It ain't the player, it's the coaches. They dumb as shit. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about business. Arthur Blank cannot afford for the Falcons to win, okay? First of all, it's gonna be a tax problem. You buy a lot of these teams because you get them because you need to show a loss.
Loss, that's right.
You also getting the prominent of you're getting in the city. Man, Arthur Blank can blow your damn brains out. You know how much stay in that money bring in this city?
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Blank making money other way. You need that tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you buy a sorry piece of shit like that. Home Depot, #1 building store.
Yeah.
You got one of the sorry-ass football team on this planet, and folks on other planets talking about this shit. Okay? They done got email from other planet about that shit. That's all the blame dumb as shit on them folks. And it's plain English. All the English punctuation and vernacular. I'm telling you, nobody buy these teams because they want to be a winner. The man that you own the house is the same one. The man want to get rid of their ass so bad. Y'all remember, he tried to get sued. You know how bad your team when you try to make somebody sue you? After the Joker for Golden State ran him out, and he didn't even say that to make him give up his team like that. He just told her, don't be hanging around with them. It looks bad. You caused me a lot of problems. He never said nigga. It's his woman. He got a right. I don't want you hanging around them niggas. And all of a sudden, when he never said nigga, and it's just him and her talking. He said, I don't want you hanging around. When you had he said, you caused me problems. Can you not bring them to the game? They forced him and made him give up their team. That's how they show you they used her because they need to get their team out of his hand. See, when them billionaires, see, a lot of y'all want to be something you don't want to be. These folk block you. They set him up with her because they made no sense for her to record that and go get at them because they used her to set him up to force him to get that team up. They need it out of his hands. Look what the team did after him. Won some championship. They knew what they were doing. That team on their way, we need to get out of his hands. We'll block you. That's not, listen, y'all have no idea. Y'all be want to make money. Don't you know when you make money, you taking money from somebody? If you making money, that means you're taking it from somebody else. You can't be a billionaire because you jumping on a whole nother platform. In order for you to have a billion, that means people have lost or losing. Yes, sir. People that have billions look at, we have to block you. Y'all play Monopoly? Yes. When somebody doing too much winning on it, what you have to do? Combine forces, work together to block that person. Why? Because they're going to eventually take out all of you. They don't even understand. They think these folks just no, it's a game you're playing. You can't make but so much money until you start affecting people. Go try to open up another Home Depot. Call it something else and put it out there and see how it go. Home Depot people, they came from West Lumber. Guess what West Lumber at now? Wow, amazing. Lowe's came from Home Depot. They already have a fight and they're trying to stop each other. Lowe's losing money. Lowe's made most of their money from about 2 or 3 stores. The rest of them is just funding from the other store because they refused to let Home Depot beat them out. The Lowe's people came from them. They made an agreement that they were going to stay on a different side, and the treaty got broke. They hate each other. They know each other. And guess what? You're messing with other people's money. So now you jump your happy ass out here and run your store, Ace Hardware. You see the ad, it's for old ass white people. Ace Hardware was out in the 7-4. You heard, Ace said to play for the help for hardware, man. Now they carry that shit, folks. Ain't no restaurant. And you see how Ace been in because of those 2 stores? Because you affect other people. Before Walmart, you had Kmart. Before you had K, you had Zayres. You had Richway before Target. All these, before they were Target, they were Sunshine Department Store. Well, these folks don't know. They had a yellow sign, they were Sunshine Department Store. That's what they do. They knock you, they bump you out, they move. Zayres, how many of y'all remember Zayres? She the shop Zayres. Kmart, you saw they ran them out of here? Because there's no way to go and do that without affecting other people's money. Most of y'all don't know shit about no money. Y'all just here, you don't know shit. You got a paycheck. Yeah, it's waiting on somebody to give you something. This is business when you out here. These people block you. So the guy from the house decided to go make him a statement to somebody. He came up, y'all remember he made the statement, I forgot, and then he came, he said, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna make me sell my team? He said, how much y'all gonna give me? They said, no, that bad. Y'all remember he came, listen, he told them, he said, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna make me sell my team? Try to make them buy them out. That's how sorry the house is. Y'all laughing. Guess what? Didn't nobody buy their ass. If the Hawks were about winning, when they had Dominique Wilkins, they could have invested money now and they could have won championship. Atlanta don't give a shit about no baseball, no basketball. They kept about Oshabaka. But the Falcons, the Hawks, hey, if folks like them, they're not winning teams. Atlanta is not a winning city. Atlanta is a money-making city. If you want to party, hoe, and make money, come to Atlanta. You want to put on a damn jersey and wear one of these things, you ain't finna be shit. You get drafted, you go, you ain't finna be shit. You finna mess your career up. That Dominique, he be right. He was at home, we said my whole fool. I said, straight out of Kanye, baby. He said, you know it. So right here, boom, I told him, straight out of Kanye. That's your best success. Man, these folks run your damn career, man. Listen, Deion had to get his ass out of him. Deion wouldn't have been shit. He had to go to San Diego. See, let me tell you something. All them San Diego say the same people. Same shit. All them got sisters. Listen, them folks need shit like that. Let me tell you something. California ain't shit. None of them say, let me tell you something. They're just being practical. Listen, their days are over with. People used to run that years ago for Hollywood. Nobody goes there for jobs. You went there because of Hollywood, stuff like that. So that's all that shit about the celebrity lifestyle. The people that are there are not celebrity, they're groupies. These people run here to try to be here trying to be beat born. California has the dumbest logic on the planet. It's not a place. Nobody go to California and get a job. It's not that place. You already achieve, you have money. It's about glamour. So they'll push those teams to get there because it's a glamour place. They need that. Atlanta don't need that shit. Nobody coming to them, man, I want to come to Atlanta, their team don't win. You want to bring your ass here. You wants to be in Atlanta. Because they're the only place a nigga get a car and make money. You can't go to no Chicago, New York and get no car and make no money. And make no lifestyle and blow up. Here, they don't get a van, just take off. They block you. You got that Uber shit, they'll kill you now. Find your ass in that car dead up there in Atlanta, we don't give a shit. Cab or Uber, we don't give a damn, that's you. That's about making money. Hey, the folks gonna pay you, that's your business. They know, listen, if people come here, you done made money from getting jobs, from coming here and getting careers. You never got that shit where you was at. You've been a little cheap ass handyman somewhere else. Man, you come to Atlanta, man, you can get 2-3 business in Atlanta. Nobody give a shit. You think I'm sitting here crying, oh, my team, I don't give a damn about them folks. They don't give a damn about me. Man, about money. We got Fogo. Oh, we going. We ain't got time for that shit. That's right. All right, they tell me Hawk, Brave, the Falcon, or Fogo. Get their ass out of here and go to Fogo. I'll throw their ass straight out the door. Shit. One free meal. Man, I get rid of that. You know what? I don't even drink that lime drink. I get rid of that for the lime drink. And don't even drink that, let it melt on the table. They terrible as hell. Don't put your heart in these people. They'll hurt you. Until then y'all thought they were going to go last time to Braves. I'm saying, then y'all thought it last season. They didn't like they were going. Yeah, well, I hate with that. Yeah, she out there too. She know better. Listen, she. Now you ain't by yourself, I can tell you, but now this, tell them, Brax, the old Brax. That's it, Brax. That's that Jay name up there. Hey, who all this up? Smitty, Brax, Hayward. CJ looking a little brave over there. You a Brave fan? I'm sorry to hear that too. Man, that messed his whole career up. I know that. Listen, you don't do it. It's like being a Miami Dolphin fan. You know that. I mean, be honest. But I'm saying, be honest. Really, listen. If the Dolphins win 5, 6, 7 games, shit, like, man, they doing it. They ain't going nowhere for real. The Cleveland Browns, them folks, listen, everybody got more team spirit than Atlanta. Well, I'm talking, if Dolphin fans, they will wear their Dolphin stuff, they're going to put it on their car, they're going to support the Dolphin. Atlanta, we don't give a damn. You can win 9 championships, better. We're not buying that shit, because we know you finna lose. We'll never forget it. If you win now, we'll say, sorry, couldn't even win 10. Because we done lost so long, we just have no reason to believe in you. We've been let down. I remember, listen, y'all folk young. I went to the Brave game in the 70s when they didn't even charge you. Your ass just walk in. Tell them about, listen, let me tell you something. Man, listen, you could go in the game and say, listen, you sit right here and the next person ass way down there. Man, no, you better tell them at 40 counts, say, listen, you can walk in there, man, nobody charge you for that shit, you better pay for this shit. We had Hank Aaron, one of the greatest, baby, we didn't give a damn. We were hollering in. You need to go on up your car dealership as a Cripple Creek, get your ass out of here. In the 70s. Man, we don't give a shit about that stuff, man. I've been down there years ago, way back. I've been seeing that shit. Man, folks go to sleep. You gotta go to sleep, man. Had no shit. Had Chief knock a home up there. Had the tenant up with the Indian. His ass just died. He got sick of that shit. He like, hell, give me the bat. That ass ain't did nothing yet. They don't remember Chief knocking home. They're waiting for that. You remember that? We had a tent. We had a real Indian in there. Shit got real serious. Got his TP, hit the Trail of Tears, and got out of there. So when these folks be talking about Brave fan, man, I've been through their ass. Best thing we had in Atlanta going was wrestling. Wrestling came from Atlanta. Now, folk came to Atlanta for wrestling. Now, you want to see some good wrestling, you come to Atlanta. We put it on the map. WCW, TC, who? TC, that's the Chinese wrestler. We ain't had that. I mean, they had the CW, Chinese wrestling. No, we ain't had that. No, WCW. WWF came out later. It wasn't them. WWF, it was WCW. And what's the other one? I ain't sure you to be down all the time. Uncle Jay, you remember wrestling back then? Atlanta had wrestling. Oh, hold on for a minute. You been a Brave fan ever since? God, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you remember the name of the wrestling down here? That's a damn rap group, Larry Castle. That man said NWA. You think about sleeves and eating them. No. Now, you know what? You think about the NWO, they call themselves, that was Hulk Hogan them came on. That man said NWA. Now, y'all know y'all heard right now. Your dad just called a rap group for wrestling. No, it was WCW. ECW. Who? Boston looking up. In the 70s, Boston. Now that ECW, that's the other stuff. Oh, 2000. No, real wrestling was before that. It's in the 70s, man. Atlanta had the best. Man, listen, you come, 1944. Yeah, they did. That when the Jews, 2 years later, we kicked them out and sent them over there to Israel. So now you look at Atlanta wrestling, you to go down to the Coliseum, down to the Omni, Civic Center. Listen, Atlanta was live. You come to Atlanta, man, that's what you came here for, the wrestling. You come here to make money, and you had a black city. But for some damn basketball and football and baseball, stay your ass where you at. Georgia Championship wrestling. Georgia Championship wrestling. GCW, that's what you said. Boss, that's what you said. Lancaster jump. Lancaster, that hurt him. Lancaster. GCW, yeah, GCW. He said, the one next to it, not that one. But I thought you said GCW, what it was called. Georgia, and then WCW. Then all the rest of the stuff just spanning. Man, that one wrestling you to be wrestling. I ain't seen a commentator saying God and Solar. Ain't nobody, little short man, he can interview anybody. He wasn't nothing but like another Howard Cosell. Man, that man, little short ass, he was just professional the whole time. Just kept wrestling clean. Back then, that one wrestling was honest. You know, you hit folk with chairs, everybody's head be busted. Go up on the ring, pull you out on the ring, and your head be busted. It was honest back then. That's before they started coming with all that fake shit. Back then, you used to want to see behind it. You'll see the curve move. They be, oh, they back there. You be like, man, I need to see behind that curve. You need to see that thing back. All you see the curve move. They tell you what folk doing back there. And that shit had your blood adrenaline. Cause you like, I just need to peek and see it. Now you see what's up, Huckster? Yeah, what's up? All this shit. I said, man, I can't watch this shit. That's just too ridiculous. I'm glad we finally got Bryce off for it. I hope Deuce. That man is so in love with that wrestling. Y'all know how long it took her to break Bryce. Bryce had that Tebow damn thing, had so much wrestling on that thing. That man watched that much every before he go to school. Wrestler. Like, who does? It's fake, son. No, Dad, they said he thought Vince McMahon got blowed up in the car. It was so. Bryce wanted to go to the funeral and shit. He thought, you think we can go to the funeral, send some flowers to the family? Like, the man ain't dead, son. It ain't nothing but a comedy. Austin was in there with him, too. Boy, them jokes, oh, man. Then y'all got to go to a match, then. They was sing out to a match. Oh, yeah. Yeah, y'all were older then. That's messed up. They like, yeah, I went down there with wrestling. When I was in that bet when the Road Warrior fight, that was real. I went to see the Road Warrior fight. I ain't give a damn about it. I just want to see them fight. But rest of them folks, they ain't worth a shit. All that, man, they ain't got gold dust, all those shit. They ain't got time for no foods like that. Real wrestler, you wore a mask. You ain't all that glitter shit on you. Wrestler number one, wrestler number two, real wrestler back then. Respectable men. Who else you said? The Assassin. I couldn't hardly sleep when I saw them. They used to scare me. Who? Abdullah Butcher. Real wrestlers. Y'all kidding? He go back, the Sheik. He had a snake in his mouth slobbing. He come, you remember that? He'll whoop your ass, then he'll see that Jake the Snake copy from him. He'd come out there, he'll beat your ass, then throw the snake on you. Oh man, that thing that'd be serious down. Y'all young folk, y'all go back and y'all want to grow up and be somebody. Wrestling helped make me who I was. He's diving in. All right, I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. Y'all crazy. Give Mr. Yahusha a hand clap. Y'all folk crazy.